Can you show me? I don't recall, that's what it says here on this paper. Don't remember it at all, but dials, deletions, 227 search, holes long to die and cold. You ask, gonna knock you off your perch. I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. The story keeps changing, evolves. I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. They threw Karen Reed to the wolves. Nothing nefarious about calling Sister Coco. Alan Jackson tried to turn the surgeon loco. Took a drive to see Sergeant Lang. The morning after that dark night, it's called a shame. I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. The story keeps changing, evolves. I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. They threw Karen Reed to the wolves. Desperate housewives of upside down Canton. All up in the business, Jim and Cobby, she be handling. A soccer mama murderer, the cover-up queen. There's only truth or lies, girl, there is no in between. The shock and the horror, the chaos of it all. There's a man passed out in the snow, we flipped him over. Yo, what happened inside? Not at all to do it out. Macabres think your story's safe, but we see you, there's no doubt. I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. The story keeps changing, evolves. I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. They threw Karen Reed to the wolves. Can you show me? I don't recall, that's what it says here on this paper. Don't remember it at all, but dials, deletions, 227 search, holes long to die and cold. You ask, gonna knock you off your perch. Free Karen Reed. And R.I.P. to John O'Keefe.
Every time these days. Hi, Poppy. Hey, shorties. How's it going? How's it going? How are you? Happy Friday. Happy day 69 of trial. Yikes. Hi, Buster. Hi. Hi. Oh. Pause. You know the drill by now, shorties. Camp Shorty is all about more crunching, less panting. Buster says, about pigs in. And for you? K. Take two. Hi. How are you? How are you? Hi, Shelley. Good to see you. Hi, Candy. Motion to scream. What the fuck? Granted. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. Simmy. Stop. Hi. Hi. Kathy's here. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. I think I've said hi to everyone. Do you love this one? Yeah, I like it too. Nicholas Ticholas is saying good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. There it is. Hey. Look, hi. I know we're here to talk about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we're going to try to steer clear of Yuri Buchanik. But
how did you get my digits? Question mark.
I couldn't not. So that's a good segue into what are we doing? Well, first things first. I want to first things first. Number one, replay crew. Hi. Thanks for joining. Lovely to come and stop in to chat sometime. And sidebar, I've not turned on subscribers only mode today. I'm hoping less of a heavy-handed MSP approach might mean that people are, am I sequestered? I wish. Yikes. Mustn't be stream elements, mustn't be awake yet. Motion to screen, what the fuck graded. Anyway, no subscribers only mode. So if you're watching live and you come on in, just come on in and chat. We don't bite here. And you don't have to feel obligated to subscribe just to chat. Maybe you'll decide to stick around because Camp Shorty is kind of cool, kind of fun, very informed, very welcoming, inclusive community. And heck, you can always unsubscribe. How dare you? That's assault. Second, replay crew. Hi. If you would like to watch the live chat replay on your handheld device, mobile phone, tablet, iPad, whatever, it's very possible. All you do is swipe left on the comments tab and it will give you the option to watch the live chat replay instead. Because I do try to put myself and my amazing producer, what the fuck granted, do try to put pretty much all the comments up on screen. But if you'd like to feel like you're in the thick of Camp Shorty, that's how you can do it. It is a fun place to be. Welcome. Salty Sleuth Investigates. Hey, girl. Tomorrow night, Salty is going to be joining us, Shorties, to give us her third week assessment as somewhat of a 13th juror as to where she's at with what we've all been presented in the trial. Haven't worked out the logistics yet with Salty. Got the stream scheduled. What I'm probably going to do, Salty, is go through a fair bit of the Bukaki testimony and just sort of motor through it. And then we'll get you on for after a couple of hours to just come in and have discussions, so we don't have to sit there being hamstrung by needing to review that testimony. You're more than welcome to be in the chat until then, but that's kind of the tentative plan for now. So tomorrow night will be from 6-ish Eastern for the stream, and then Salty maybe at, I don't know, 7:30 or 8 Eastern. Perfect. Yes, that gives you time to have a nap, Salty, or have your dinner, have a gummy, I don't know, whatever you like. So that. Now, how are you feeling, chat? I'm a little bit struggling with the deja vu of it all. Hi, that is random. By the way, if I'm missing people coming in, apologies, but hi. I probably should put my glasses on. Vanity's a curse. Can't see a fucking thing. Oh, also, do you like my hoodie? It's Shorty, obviously. I was going to wear my cherry earrings, but that'd be a bit too much Shorties. It's an Adidas hoodie. This is a small. There's Adidas. This is a small. I think small's the smallest. So I guess they're on the roomy side. Love, 1010. Got pockets here on the merch store. Save out all of the proceeds from the Miss Shorty merch go to paying our beautiful mods, although last month it's just going to be a donation to Karen Reed. Haven't made the donation yet, but I will, because there weren't as many purchases. So go on in there and buy some cool Shorty merch and help me support my beautiful mods with its little token gesture of a financial thanks, other than my love you all so much. So I've been feeling, I don't know. I think Andrea Burkhart said something at the end of, I don't know what is time. One of the, maybe yesterday. I think it was yesterday, and she kind of, I think it was basically, and my sentiment is what I'm gonna pass it on. I feel the same way. While watching a murder trial can be like entertaining, it can be enlightening, informative, educational, infuriating. It's also, it can be pretty dark, right? And I've felt kind of discombobulated by the order of things. It dawned on me, as I think it, and independently of any of the channels that I watch, it dawned on me that we're probably not going to get the entertainment factor, at least in the prosecution's case, the Commonwealth's case in chief, of Brian Albert, Julie Albert, Brian Higgins. And so it's paired right back to not a lot of, and I think Nick had a little whine that he had that post Jennifer McCabe testimony come down of going into the witnesses we're going to sort of highlight tonight and recap on tonight, that there wasn't that give us all the tea factor in these other witnesses. But that's a murder trial, right? Well, that's mostly any trial that can be really dry, kind of like can be boring. I think with our knowledge, mostly everybody's knowledge from the last trial and everything else we know about all of it, we can find the discrepancies, the impeachments, the sort of the heightening of the caricatures of some of these, like former Lieutenant Gallagher, like, sir, what? Katie McLaughlin looking rough. She looks mentally heavy. I've been paying a lot of attention to, as much as I can when I'm listening, but when I'm watching, to some of the eye line movements of some of the witnesses, some of the body language, some of the pauses between their answers, because that's where the nuances is where we're going to pick up stuff. And again, I don't really want to talk about, if we can help it, Yuri tonight, because for my brain to stay focused, because we've got a lot to get through. Today's testimony particularly, hi Princey, you missed the whole day today. Oh my God, Princey. It's bloody good. Perfect. Thank you. That's a great comment for me to say. Today, the way Alan Jackson, like, it was amazing. The way he's managed to bring in things that if Higgins isn't going to be here, if Proctor isn't going to testify for the Commonwealth, masterful introduction of Buster, of prior testimony, reports. So good. 10, 10, 10. So today, I think, was a really good day for the defense, but we'll cover that more tomorrow night. Buster says, I don't care about Higgins. I'm not in the blue bubble. Ha ha.
I hate that man. I truly hate him.
So that, have I said everything I was going to say? Never. We're at the very beginning of Camp Shorty. I think I don't know. I'm feeling a lot. I'm going to be honest with you, chat. I'm always honest with you. I'm feeling the weight of 24/7 trial, because I'm literally have it on while I'm asleep, and I go back. I'm watching every day of testimony at least twice. And then recaps where I can. Sleep, who needs it? I'm feeling tired today. Like I was dragging my feet. Not like I've said this before. When we go live, I'm bright, but like this is heavy. And I guess for me, there's an extra component of kind of being mindful of it being homework for me for these live streams. So let's have a bit of a lightness and levity. Let's be a support group for each other where we can sort of celebrate the ostensible wins for the defense, where we can have our incredulity strained at some of these ludicrous assertions, like the audacity of some of these witnesses to say what they said. I was thinking today, surely, like just now, I'd literally just finished testimony from today, like 10 minutes ago, 10 minutes before stream. Buster. Like, I honestly, if I was Yuri Buchanan, I would have gone, if I was any of them, I would have gone back and watched my testimony for the last 12 months. So I knew everything. Poppy wouldn't. Would you? Bloody idiot. So wild. Now, enough of an intro. Hey, that's a short intro for me. God damn, Poppy. Hey, again, if I ever put my hand back like this, just so you know, it's not me going to hit either of the dogs. Lord, I would never. But Poppy is very mouthy and licks me all the time. And sometimes I'm like, don't touch me. So please don't ever think that that's what I'm doing. Hi, Hot Coffee Club. Good to see you. Destined to be. Hi, good to see you. He wants more food. They are very well fed. No, Brooklyn. These dogs just want my attention. Now, Poppy, and she just licks all the time. Like, I love you. Don't lick me. It makes me feel so overwhelmed. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm not feeling overwhelmed at all. Exactly. I saw Princey, I do you mean says curse words or raise my voice? There are times when I'm like, what the fuck, guys? Like, here's what I say. What the fuck, guys? Why is there poo inside? Nobody eats poo. We don't eat poo. I do say that. Don't I, Bussy? And Bussy goes, I would never. It's not me eating poo. And I'm like, I have a feeling it might have been you that time, mate, based on your breath. It's Mother's Day tomorrow. Is it Mother? Yes, it's Mother's Day for us tomorrow, Sunday, and for you guys. Our Father's Day is different, but our Mother's Day is the same. And I got a beautiful surprise parcel delivered on my doorstep yesterday when I got home from work from our beautiful friend Shundwan, who it's a bit early for her. She's in Australia, so 8 a.m. start is a little early for her. So she's often the replay crew. But she sent me a Mother's Day present from the doggos, which I'll open on tomorrow night's stream. Which is Mother's Day here, because I don't really have a Mother's Day, even though I have children and a mother. I don't have contact with any of them. So I had a little cry about that. So Shundwan, thank you so much, girl. Love you. Lord have mercy. Hi, Akasha. Is that you? I can't see because I haven't got my glasses on. Oh, it feels worse today, chat. Maybe they're going a little bit crazy by everything also. Hi, Peter Papa. Good to see you. Don't bother. AJ smashed him, right? It's Poppy, come on now. Far out. It's not even like he's not. I don't reckon Bukaki's even halfway through. I reckon there's a lot to go yet. Maybe he's got another. I reckon after lunch on Monday they might wrap up with Bukaki of the cross. Good God, dogs. God damn it. Poppy, I'm not interested. I love you, but I don't love the behavior. Like, I'm really trying to be professional. Yeah, I reckon the cross will go from 10 to 1 after oh my goodness gracious. Hi. Hey, no creeping on Miss Shorty. Thanks, mate. All right, wait. Or are you just saying careful how you phrase things? Good to see you though. Thanks for coming into chat, Peter. Did I see the trial channel here? Popping in for a minute. I've got 25 more minutes of court to end it, then I'll be back. Happy Friday, everyone. Girl, we love you. Fastest growing channel on YouTube. If you're not already subscribed to the trial channel, you need to be, because we couldn't do Camp Shorty without her, their content. Now, speaking of couldn't do it without you, watch this. I just got to show you something, because you know how I give much glowing praise to our beautiful girl. What the fuck? Motion to Scream What the Fuck Random is her official name. I like to just call her What the Fuck. I just want to show you something. So I'm a very visual person, right? Like extremely visual. And every week I'm also, I don't know, not good at being organized. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of gal. So mostly every week, before Motion to Scream What the Fuck Random was helping me out, I was like under the pump to get things scheduled, right? And to get it all lined up, get everything queued up till like late for me, 9-10 o'clock at night. I go to bed at like 6:37 where possible. I'm a very visual girl. So for the last, I don't know, a month, 5 weeks, sometime, What the Fuck has been sending me a chronological email with every link, an itemized, like a little bit of a brief bit of description of what that clip will be, and then she said to me, I don't know, this week sometime, I've done a visual thing for you. So this chat, look at this. Can we all just like froth over, like, these are, it's hard to see for you guys, but every blue thing is a link. Look, wait, that's page 1. Look at this. Look at this, chat. This is what I opened in my inbox this morning, in my email, from Motion to Scream What the Fuck Granted. Motion to Scream, you fucking legend. Your talents are wasted in your current workplace. Motion to Scream What the Fuck Granted. Thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. I simply cannot thank you enough. So thank you. There it is. Simi says, yes. Hey, Butterfly. Good to see you also. There it is. Replay crew. Thanks, Shelley. Replay crew was snoozing. So I may do a little bit of, I can't really it's a different format for me, but it's much better for my brain. Not that the run sheet in an email wasn't amazing, but visual is great. So pause though, rewind. My glasses, I'm so tired. My glasses really aren't working. Maybe it's my eyesight. So we're going to don't you worry about that. We're not here for 9 hours. We're not going to watch all of everything, clearly. But we're going to watch some of most, depending on time. Let me just check this. Wow, I'm so tired. My eyes cannot focus. Motion to scream says, motion to put your glasses on. Yeah, they're not helping. I might have to wear my actual proper glasses that are not so cute, but better to see with. Buster, I can't do it with you. Okay. Wait. Let me press play and I'll get myself organized.
An alcohol result with a value of 93 milligrams per deciliter.
And pursuant to those records,
32.
at what time was that sample taken from the defendant at the Good Samaritan Medical Center?
The collection time listed on the medical records is January 29th, 2022 at 9:08 a.m.
Buster, please.
Now, that recording in a measurement of milligrams per deciliter, is
Yeah,
that
that's it.
typical for
I can
how
see.
you see ethanol measured by hospital labs?
Yes.
And did you conduct the serum conversion for this defendant's reading consistently with how you do in every case that's assigned to you?
Yes.
Now, please explain to the jury how you're able to convert that serum level reading to a blood alcohol concentration.
So the way that
I mean, I don't know whether, Pammy. Hi, good to see you. I was thinking about you before. No homo, just thinking about you. This young lady didn't sit right with me for some reasons. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, and there is a poll. If you're so inclined, make sure you always read all the options because sometimes there's one that you wish you'd hit and you can't read. You can't do it. Have a do-over. So
calculation is performed is kind of in two steps. So the results are listed in milligrams per deciliter, which is common in clinical testing. And to convert it to the type of units that are typically used for blood alcohol concentrations.
So I forgot to finish my thought. Because the defense is going to, I suppose, contest this, they needed to bring it in. I don't know. I mean, obviously, are they even going to bring the medical examiner in, the Commonwealth? Possibly. We'll see. I feel like I want to skip this last because, okay. Walk and talk, chat. Walk and talk. Hi, Bussy. This face reminds me. I have been doing short clips throughout the week of things that strike me as either funny or pertinent or outrageous. So there's one of Ryan Nagel, which we can't play the short itself, but I've got the timestamp for that section. Here's what I was doing last night because I was actually doing some of my own work as well. I really was. And I have some of my own things queued up, and then we'll go into motion to screen what the fuck stuff where I've missed things, etc. So here's what I was doing, and I'm going to intentionally leave it on this speed. Yes, I am. Trust me. I'm just going to go watch Ryan Nagel's. So it's Ryan Nagel, obviously. Watch Ryan Nagel's body language and his he's just so matter of fact. But I'm going to skip through every 10 seconds because I was doing it when I was scooting through to try to find the section I was looking for. So just play the video, shorty. Can do.
What is like? Did you see anything inside the SUV? I wasn't looking. Where did he wait? It looked like it moved, but it wasn't. So the brake lights were on. They released them and then stopped again. It's direction of traffic. You working today? On you waited for her. That's your general memory. You walked out of that door at some point after your sister, before or after your sister began to walk back or passing it. Is that the middle, right, or left? Did you glance or see anything else in your SUV with the hands on the wheel? How did you see? Just a hand on the clock, like 10 and 2. I was just waiting for the siren, right?
Oh, I didn't see the thumbs up. That's so funny. Hi, Holly. Good to see you. Commonwealth not calling anyone is nuts. Exactly. Now, Holly says this trial has literally been all over the place. Hard to figure out the game plan. Do you all remember how I've been saying since July last year, basically, that in my opinion, the Commonwealth were never gunning for a conviction, right? They were going for an acquittal or a hung jury. In that way, and we spoke last week, I can't remember on which night, but the fact that once Karen Reid is double jeopardy actually applies, and she can't, it's done and dusted. That they won't be able to prosecute anyone else, and they won't. And the in my opinion, and I've said it all along, that was always the goal of the Commonwealth, is to say, jury got it wrong. I think that this wildly non-chronological calling of the witnesses by the Commonwealth is to ensure, even more so than the lollygagging of it all in trial number 1. That was just a massive overload of superfluous and unnecessary facts, testimony. This same. Like, how I can be, chat, can you follow it? I can't follow it. And we know, like, I'm finding it so mentally tricky to follow things. It's human nature to want to go chronologically. That's just how, things go in order. Humans like order. So wild. I'm going to I know that Ryan Nagel said important stuff, but his testimony didn't change at all. So let me just get to what the section that I thought was hilarious. And I'm sure you all know where I'm going with this. You know me all too well. Surely, walk and talk, chat, walk and talk. And then my mouse got stuck there. On my remarkable sidebar, such a handy little tool. Expensive, but fantastic. Let's just go from here. And again, Ryan Nagel's body language. He's like, man, are you even a human? Hank Brennan, I'll slow it down. And press play.
No, I did not.
You heard no noises within that SUV at all?
No, I
Wait.
did not, sir.
A little bit of Yannetti for your lovin'.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Brennan.
Sir, you mentioned you were at that address around 12:30,
That is correct, sir.
and you offered us that you were there for about 5 minutes.
Yes.
Do you know the exact time you left?
No. Off the top of my head right now, no.
Was it around that time?
Yes, sir.
Would it be fair to say you don't have certainty whether it was 12:35, 12:32, 12 o'clock?
It's probably before 12:35, roughly between 12:30 and 12:35.
You could still see the ground given the weather.
Yes, sir.
Was there snow starting to fall?
Just starting?
Had you been outside earlier that night?
Yes, sir.
And the ground that you could see, do you know how hard it was?
Well,
Say that again,
The
sir?
ground.
Ground, yes.
Do you know if it was soft or hard?
Like the road?
The ground, the grass, the lawn.
Oh. I don't know. I mean, it was a cold night, so I assume it's hard.
Around that time, around
Hank Brennan, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm not sure. Nobody's sure. I'm not sure. Exactly. Your mama. Andrea Burkhardt did a hilarious Your Mama. She's been doing a lot of them today. And I clipped it and made it into a short. So it's funny. I just thought it was great. And it was just out of nowhere. Hi, Brit, by the way. Hi, Brit. Brooklyn Hard Rock Cafe. That's what she said. Yes. Now, so that's all of Ryan Nagel. His testimony didn't change. I don't, from what we've seen of Ryan Nagel outside of the courtroom, he seems like a bit of a douchebag. But his testimony seems pretty good. Pretty good. Was it hard, sir? Did you get a new puppy, Holly? That's amazing. Okay. So now, oh, Bossy, big head shake. I also have a short of. Now, let me just check. Poppy, I feel like we've done this already. Okay, Poppy? Good girl. She says, yeah, but I pant all the time. So what's the difference? Don't lick me. I love you.
I think they all kind of walked in together.
Whoa!
Um,
See, this is what I want. It's so hard. Oh my God, it's so hard to watch testimony at regular speed. I don't know how you will do it live. I'm always on 1.75. Those texts today with Yuri reading them, Bukaki, were hilarious at 1.75. Mesmerizing. I don't know how you all could have done it with his grade school knuckle dragging reading speed at normal speed. Okay. So this.
Nicole, Jennifer, and Matt.
Other than you, Julie, and Brian Albert Jr., had the young group left at that point?
Yes.
After that group arrived, what happens? Tell us what's happening inside the house.
So Princey, she got stung by all the bees. Yeah. I mean, medication can do that to someone's face, but I think that's just her genetic. That's just her face. She looks tired. Just watch, if you can, watch where, humans look certain ways when they're doing certain things inside their brain, right? That our eyes do different things. Just watch Sarah's eyes with every answer that she gives, or as she's listening to the question, then she goes to answer, and then watch, and I'll replay it, but just watch. I found this really interesting.
So it then was Brian Jr.'s actual birthday. So again, we were celebrating. Caitlin, his sister, was playing music on one of the speakers. And we were all pretty much sitting or standing around the kitchen table, talking, socializing.
Do you remember what was being played for music?
Like 70s, 80s type of music. I don't want to overstate it, but
Were you drinking?
I don't believe I was anymore at that point. No.
Did you feel impaired at all?
No.
As the night grew on, was there any problems in the house?
No.
Any argument?
So what she says, no, matter of factly. Any argument?
No.
Any fighting?
No.
Anything exciting or controversy in any way?
No.
Did you have a plan that you were going to leave with Julie?
Yes.
What was the plan?
She said that her oldest brother, Ryan, would pick us up and drive us home when he was done wherever.
Wait, now I'm confused myself because my short is in slow-mo. Oh, sorry, dirty pause, Sarah. And I didn't catch the right words there. Wait, maybe it's because it's in slow-mo. Let me go back. I'm pretty sure it's that.
No.
Any fighting?
No.
Anything
exciting or controversy in any way?
No.
Did you have a plan that you...
I've literally fucked myself with my timestamps. And you know what? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk the copyright strike. Hang on. I'm going to play my short. Maybe what I'll do is I'll play my short muted because it's got music, but I know for sure. And you can watch it in like terrifying slow-mo. Walk and talk, chat. Walk and talk. Oh, share this tab instead. Okay.
Did the night continue after...
I'm going to turn the sound off just because I don't want to get a copyright strike. So it's in slow. No, I'm not. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yes.
Was the mood any different than it had been the entire night?
No.
Anything extraordinary or remarkable happen inside that house?
No.
So did you catch that? I'm going to play it again. She's answering, and all of the time, every time she answers to all the questions, it's really matter of fact. She's straight, she's direct. I hope that I don't get copyright strike for this. Not a strike, it just means I don't get my $6 worth of ad revenue. Not even. Okay. I'll start from the start. And Hank Brennan slow-mo is hilarious also.
Night continue after Julie came back in and spoke to her brother.
Yes.
Was the mood any different than it had been the entire night?
No.
Anything extraordinary or remarkable happen inside that house?
No.
Different tone, different she pauses for longer. I think it is coming up, so I probably might have just shot myself in the foot there, but let me just keep playing. And then she answers that question, and she you can see her brain goes, yes, something extraordinary and remarkable happened, clearly. Oh, wait. Thank you. I forgot to share this tab instead. Wait. Pause. Can you hear that? Can you hear it though? Hang on.
If you want,
well,
myself
nothing
and Matt
exciting
can
is
drive
happening.
you home a little bit later. So we agreed to that. And then Jen said, feel free to invite Ryan inside because he was already on his way.
Anything extraordinary or remarkable happen
Wait.
inside that
See, I did
house
fuck
tonight?
myself.
Yes.
Okay.
Why did you decide to stay? Did you want to stay?
Yeah, I didn't mind.
Did the night continue after Julie came back in and spoke to her brother?
Sure.
Yes.
Was the mood
Regular
any
speed.
different than it had been the entire night?
No.
Anything extraordinary or remarkable happen inside that house?
No.
After Julie went out and
So the behavior panel would call that the way she answers that without conviction, they call that fading facts. So when your voice trails off, and we'll play it again. Listen to her other nose. Yes, you are an idiot, Zach. Thank you, Princey, for saying what I should have said.
so you just heard this
No,
secondhand
yeah.
from Julie.
Yeah.
So she's
So
all
from
good.
What you
She's
saw,
all good.
Julie went in and out
Pay attention.
Yes.
for about 5 minutes.
Yes.
Why did you decide to stay? Did you want to stay?
Yeah, I didn't mind.
She minded.
Did the night continue after Julie came back in and spoke to her brother?
Yes.
Was the mood any different than it had been the entire night?
No.
Anything extraordinary or remarkable happen inside that house?
No.
Pretty telling, in my opinion. What do you think, Chad? Is it telling? So that's all I'm doing for Sarah Levinson. Oh no, and Cross, because you're Nettie, of course. Some of Cross.
Brian Albert Jr., going all the way
Wait.
back to high school.
Yes.
Alan
And that high
Jackson.
school friendship has percolated into a friendship into a dog.
I said then yes.
Is that because the dog was not really good with strangers?
Objection.
Sustained.
Do you know why you hadn't met Chloe? By the way, did you know the dog's name was Chloe?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know why you hadn't met Chloe in all those trips to 34 Fairview?
No.
Listen to Alan's voice. He's treating her with kid gloves. She did mind. She would have said, no, not at all. It was cool. We were having a fun time. She's like, very different.
Just wasn't out and about among the folks that were in the house when you were there.
Yes.
When you left 34 Fairview, I want to follow up very briefly on a couple of things that you said just before Mr. Brennan sat down under question by him. When you left 34 Fairview to join Jen McCabe at her invitation to take you home, you left through the front door, correct?
Yes.
As opposed to the side door. It's a little confusing. The front door has the brick stoop and the stairs, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is that the door that you normally would leave through, or did you normally leave through the side door, come and go through the side door? What was your more ready habit and practice?
Probably the side door.
Okay. When you left through that front door,
Oh, sorry. My bad.
there was nothing obstructing your view as you walked out, correct?
Correct.
You could see to the left, the driveway, you could see to the right, over toward the flagpole, nothing obstructing anything, correct?
Correct.
There was a light dusting of snow at that time when you left, just after, what time was it? 12:45, 1?
Probably 1:30,
1:30.
1:45. Yeah.
Got it. So you leave at 1:30, there's still just a light dusting of snow on the ground?
Yes.
The yard is flat?
Yes.
You could see all the way out to the flagpole?
Yes.
You didn't notice anything unusual at that time when you looked out toward the flagpole walking out of that front door?
I didn't notice anything. I wasn't looking out at the flagpole, but yes.
You were looking in that direction. When you walk out of the door, obviously you're standing, walking out of the door toward the front yard, correct?
Correct. But as I stated, I was looking down at my shoes and
So we don't have snow or ice here really anywhere in Australia. But those of you in snow prone areas of the States, if you're walking out in newly fall enough to track a cat worth of snow, if you've had a few drinks or not, are you looking purely at your feet, or are you also looking around? And would you link arms with your very drunk friend? I don't know about this. Sorry, dirty paws, Sarah.
in front of me.
Okay. Obviously, then you have to, at some point, you have to look out to see where you're going. You have to turn left to go to the driveway. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Then you walk over and walk parallel to the yard again to walk over to the car.
Yes.
And as soon as you walked out of the stoop, you had to figure out where the stairs were, so make sure you don't fall down the stairs, right?
Yes.
So you're still looking up like normal, correct? At some point.
Zach, record scratch. Sidebar. What shout out? Recently? That's interesting. If you know, you know.
Most likely.
My question is, you didn't see anything unusual in the yard, did you?
No.
The front yard was at least relatively, I know it was dark out on Miss Levinson, it was relatively.
I'm going to pause. Always looking around and definitely not linking arms. Yeah, that's what I would have thought. I would think that more this kind of like tentative steps, carefully looking. I don't know. It just seems concocted. Did you leave footprints in the snow? Did Brian Higgins plow them? Pammy, what sort of snow? What are you doing on your table? Pammy, can I come over? So that now wait, I'm going to go back to this because it's a fucking thing of beauty. Sarah Levinson. I'm going to give you the rundown. I'm not going to go through all the links because we will be here all day. But so arrived at 34 Fairview at 9 p.m. with Julie. 4 girls came and then left 10 to 12. Colin Albert was there for less than 45 minutes, left before the girls. She was drinking but not impaired. Planned to leave with Julie Nagel, then Jen offered to drive instead. I didn't mind, she says. I didn't mind staying. I think she minded. Exactly, Simi. Exactly. 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 Now, let me see if I can make. Let me see if I can make this bigger, because I can't. It's my very tired eyes can't see anything. Knew the McCabe as well. Never met Chloe. Looked at feet when leaving. I think that's sus. Contacted by Proctor 9 months later. That. Okay. Such a beautiful table. It's a thing of beauty. Now, oh wait, this one. So, Katie. I didn't realize until I watched it on my big monitor here that Katie McLaughlin wasn't wearing the cross this time, the cross on her necklace. Different necklace. Very similar outfit, though. I felt it was, maybe that's just her court attire. Maybe that's her only, like, blazer, but it's the same basic outfit, right? So let's go from here. I've got some clips.
Next question.
Whoa.
That's not a genuine. We're taking on information, trying to download information. I've seen, trying to determine, as you said, quote, what happened, correct?
Yeah.
That's important to determine, correct?
Yeah.
You want to get the person's age. You want to get the person's date of birth. You want to get the person's allergies, for instance.
Yep.
But you also, paramount among those, you want to find out what happened. Why are we here? Correct?
Yes.
Did the person fall out of a tree? Or
Right.
some of them a stair step.
Right.
In doing so, it's important to relay that information to others as well. You would agree with that, correct?
Yes.
That's the whole point, Ms. McLaughlin. You want to gather the information and then let others know exactly what happened, and document that as best you possibly can so that the life-saving efforts or the medical assistance can continue for the patient, correct?
Yeah, you have to share the information that you got with the people who are providing care.
And one of the ways you do that is by writing it down, correct?
No.
No. Why would you? Why would you write it down? Except on your glove. We'll get there. Now, let me just scroll through. Welcome Talk Chat. That was it for that clip. 31:44. Chat. There, that'll do.
About your relationship with Caitlin Albert. Objection.
I'll allow that. No, only when there started to be a lot of
Hi, Rachel.
harassment and things that insinuations and stuff that started coming out online. I had said maybe once to them that I was concerned I was being harassed.
My question, Ms. McLaughlin.
I have no doubt that she's been harassed or viciously trolled on the internet. It sucks. Been there. Still there. It sucks. It sucks when people say shit about you on the internet. It sucks even more when it's not true. But it certainly would have sucked for her. Zach says they said she's been off work for PTSD for the last year. I wouldn't be surprised. I wish I could. But she looks to me, sorry, dirty paws, Katie, wait. She looks to me like she's been a lot of crying. No sleep last night. She looks severely depressed to me. And I wouldn't wish that on anyone. This must have been tough for her. Tough for her. Why would you write down anything destined to be? Exactly.
Before the information was disclosed, which was during the first proceeding. Objection.
Let's hear the question.
Before that information was disclosed during the first proceeding, in any of your interviews, Michael Proctor or anybody else from the DA's office, did you disclose, from the Massachusetts State Police or anybody from the DA's office, did you volunteer that you had a relationship with people out there before the first proceeding?
Yeah, I'm saying I told the DA about the harassment and the insinuations. That was before the first trial when I met with them.
How was there harassment and insinuations if it hadn't been disclosed at the first proceeding?
Because it's out there everywhere on the internet and has been.
Before the first proceeding, Ms. McLaughlin, before you ever testified. That's my question. Do you understand my question?
It's been going on since before the first proceeding.
If you hadn't testified at the first proceeding, at which point it was revealed, how could you have ever suffered any harassment for it? It wasn't disclosed yet, Ms. McLaughlin. Do you understand?
I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
Who did you tell at the DA's office?
The relationship that I had with Caitlin Albert had been out there. It had been published and proliferated on the internet. So that was before the first proceeding.
And who did you tell at the DA's office about this before the first proceeding?
I don't remember who it was or the meeting, but
Was it Mr. Lowry?
it could have been.
Do you have a memory of that?
Not specifically. I don't remember who it was.
Was it Mr. McLaughlin?
Like I said, I don't remember
Not you,
specifically.
obviously, Miss Laura McLaughlin. No relationship.
Like I said, not specifically.
Did you notice all the sniffs? I don't think they're allergic sniffs. I don't think they're indignant, defiant sniffs. I think that these are. I'm with Andrea Burkhardt on this one. I think these sniffs were sharp intakes of air, like just to try and get oxygen. Hi on civil law. Good to see you. Yes, thank you so much for joining. Here we are recapping. We do Friday and Saturday nights here at Camp Shorty because I work full time, so it's not possible for me to stream through the week. So we are just recapping some of the pertinent parts of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in trial this week. Thanks for coming by, and thanks Miss Mandy for saying check out Miss Shorty. So that. The sniffs, I think, are not allergies. I don't think she's got a cold. I think they're sharp intakes. I'd love to on civil law. I'd love to, absolutely. We can do anytime on your Friday or Saturday night ish. Or daytime. Daytime works. I can just do daytime works for me as well. I just have to get up some ungodly hour, but that's okay. I basically live in a time zone that doesn't really exist. I'm like a 2 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. kind of wakefulness person, which is interesting. But yes, hi, definitely, thanks. Definitely, I'll come onto your channel for sure. Love to. Now, next, the next one is a long clip because I kept going to stop it. I'm like, no, there's more here. Wait, so walk and talk chat. There's more here, more pertinent things. So it's about an 11-minute clip. Just watch Katie's body language. She's so uncomfortable. Like, I don't, you know me, I'm heavily empathetic and empathic, and I don't, like Britt said before, she lied and that comes with baggage, or she didn't tell the truth. She was untruthful. Agree. But also, I just don't think really any of these people, the McAlberts, other than the core, like Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, I don't think any of them envisioned that it would turn into this. Do you think any of them envisioned that there'd be some Australian YouTuber scrutinizing everything that they were doing? No, I mean, none of it. So I would never, I would like to think that I would never lie for anybody, but maybe like not everybody has such a strong moral compass, and these people aren't necessarily bad people. I hate to break it to you all. Some of them are. Jennifer McCabe, bad person. Brian Albert, bad person. Brian Higgins, sad, bad, loser. You're a loser. But I don't think Katie McLaughlin's a bad person. And look what she's, look now. Look the ripple effect for all of these people. It's just tragic. And hi, Colorado. Yeah, good to see you.
I'm aware now.
But and by the way, that officer is what?
Officer Sarif.
You're describing a situation in which you're standing there, Miss Reed is next to you, within earshot is a uniformed police officer.
I'm going to speed it up
said,
a little.
I hit him, correct?
Correct.
Then he said, what? Is that right?
I hit him. Miss McCabe interjected, and then she said, I hit him. And then the officer said, you what? And then she said, I hit him. And he said, go get Goody down here.
Okay, so is that 3 times or 4 times that you indicated? She said I hit.
4 times.
What do you think about the 4 times, chat? Let's unpack that a little bit. Because clearly The first time we heard it 4 times was Lally in his closing arguments last year. Everybody else is adamantly lying that they heard Karen Reid say, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. Why do you think Katie's saying 4 times? Why is she going off script? I'm confused. Thank you, Smarter Hari. None of it matches the video. We'll get there. I don't understand why 4. Do you think there's a little bit of do you think she's pushing back a little bit? What are you chat? What are your thoughts? Trial Channel, you are epic. Congratulations on finishing your edit for today. I couldn't believe that you already had things up through the day. You work so hard. You work so hard. And your work is much appreciated. We are, as always, almost always watching restreaming the Trial Channel's content because it's 10/10 chef's kiss.
And you, according to you, you indicate that at the time that she made these statements, she was hysterical and somewhat out of control. Is that right?
She was upset. I would say hysterical. Yeah.
Did you describe her last?
Of course it's BS, but of course it's BS, but why go off script? Is she so heavily medicated that Katie McLaughlin, couldn't remember it? Has she been one of the few people looking at not looking at their testimony? Check starred chat. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, wait, yes. Missed it. Uncivil law, Kurt. 10, yes. Give me a time and a place. The place will be here in my studio, which is just my kitchen. 100%. I'll be there. Tell me where, tell me when. 10/10. So, thank you, motion to screen, what the fuck granted. The things I couldn't do without you, girl. Thank you so much. I think Katie seems pretty medicated. Yeah, same, Holly. Same. If Kurt is not still here, I will DM him, him. Easy peasy. Okay. So, oh wow, I'm so scattered today. He's not coming in my best work, that's for sure. Shizer. Chat, focus, help me focus. Chat, rein it in. The trial center says 100%. So you think that she's heavily medicated and she missed the memo on the 3 times? Because so I'm going to go with, I don't think, thank you, Princey, I am an absolute professional. I don't know. I don't think Kurt, I don't think Hank Brennan is throwing things. I don't think he's trying to throw it, but why 4 times? Why 4 times? It doesn't make sense.
Last year is obviously upset, overly frantic, and almost hysterical.
Yeah, I believe it. I remember that.
Okay. If we could play exhibit 4.
Okay.
Starting at 9, with permission, starting at 9:15, about 9:46.
But it doesn't match. It doesn't match.
Can you stop it? Did you see the 2 people enter from screen right?
Yes.
Who is that?
That would be myself and
I'm going to speed it up a
Reid.
little bit more.
This is the first point at which you and Miss Reid begin to converge with the other 2 individuals, Miss McCabe and the officer, correct?
Yes.
I had started trying to gather the information prior to this, and then she was moving around, so I kind of was following her, asking the questions, and then we eventually came here to this point and came to a stop.
So your answer is yes, this is the point at which you converge.
So then, yes, Princey, that's what Lally said in last year's closing. So perhaps she's been so enveloped, speculating. Perhaps Katie McLaughlin's been so enveloped in the trauma of it all. Trauma can come from many things. The trauma of being put through this whole experience and then having the internet hound her can attest. It really affects you. Maybe all the last she knew, Katie, was that Lally said, I hit him in the closing. Does that mean Hank Brennan didn't heavily prep her, Katie? maybe he did. Maybe it didn't stick in her brain. I'm really curious about it because it kind of puts a spanner in the works, in Hank's works, if his goal is to make the Ipsy Dixit thing stick. That, you know, Karen Reid said this for this key witness to go off script. I'm perplexed by it. Chat, you're not helping me.
With Ms. McCabe and the
Yes.
officer.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let's go ahead and play it.
So Kerry Roberts putting the baby blankets back in the car.
You see,
Excellent.
yourself
Thank you,
in the
Kurt.
foreground,
Lovely.
white jacket.
Yep.
And this reads just on the other side, correct?
Yes.
Standing there.
Yes.
Really? 4 times. I missed that. Well, thank you, Colorado Year, for the clarification. It's not the general vibe, though, is it? Interesting. I mean, you can't control. You can only control people so far, right? Hank Brennan, Jennifer McCabe. Either or on civil law, I'll check both. So,
Okay, leave my thoughts on. Ms. McLaughlin, during that video, that's the time in which you say, or you claimed last year that.
So yes, saying 3 times then 4 times makes it an obvious lie, right, Kurt? And so which goes back to what I have been saying all along for the last almost 12 months. My opinion is that the Commonwealth didn't actually ever want for a conviction, particularly on counts 1 and 3 for Karen Reid. I think they wanted to get either an acquittal or I think they were hoping for an acquittal on all of them. So maybe this is intentional throwing spanner in the works. I don't know. Like it's itching at my brain because it does make it a more obvious lie. But if you were really gunning for clarity of the Ipsy Dixit case, you know, motive. Not motive. She said it, so therefore it is, which is a very common, relatively common. Jurors can't believe that anyone would say something without, if they didn't mean it, if it wasn't truth. So maybe Hank Brennan isn't too concerned because he's going for confusion. The way the witnesses are being introduced are all out of order. I can't follow it. We can't follow it. Is she scared? Could be. Could be, Rachel. Could be. Her story changes when Jen says so. Yeah, but this isn't even what Jen says. Jen, what were Jen's words? She would never, to paraphrase, she will never ever forget it. It was burned in Jen's brain. What? The shock and horror. 3 times. I hit him. Jen even says 3 times. So yeah, it's confusing.
She was.
We'll never know. That's
upset,
really frustrating.
frantic and almost hysterical, correct?
Yes.
Did she look almost hysterical in that video?
She was, well, in that video, that could not explain what that scene was like.
Did she look overly frantic in that video?
She was frantic throughout the whole scene. I think that was me describing the entire scene.
I see.
Yeah.
So she did not look overly frantic in that video.
She was upset for sure.
Was she overly frantic and almost hysterical in that video? Just
I don't know that you could really see from that video.
Watch Katie McLaughlin's eye line, like line of sight where she's looking. She's just got this real dejected. Obviously she doesn't want to be there. I don't think many of these people want to be there. be here this time. Why would you? I don't even know if I want to be there watching it again. It's affecting me pretty heavily, actually. Her body language is slumped. She's looking down. It could be the medication. It could be the depression. It could be she's there kind of under duress, right? She has to be there, and this is fucked. Maybe she really doesn't want to lie.
Did you see anything that appeared to be overly frantic and almost hysterical?
Like I said, that video is not really a good. You can't hear anything, so it's hard to.
Was she running around?
Yes,
She had been.
I didn't ask you if she had been.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that happened. When she's standing there with you, was she running around?
No, she had just stopped running around.
Was she gesticulating?
I don't know.
You know what that means?
I don't.
Pause the trial channel. Pause the trial channel. Great numbers. 27 is my all-time favorite number. I have 27 tattooed on me somewhere. But congratulations on your meteoric rise in subscriber numbers. I'm so proud of you. We're so proud of you.
I don't.
Was she using her arms and
Wait, but also rude that you're going to hit 50,000 well before my 50th birthday. Can't. Can you slow that roll a bit, ma'am? Do not slow your roll.
crazy? The hands and arms and running in circles?
She had been, but
didn't
like I
ask you if
said,
she had been.
yeah, but I
I'm
think
asking you about what happened before you
you're-
got there. I'm asking
oh.
you what happened when. I'm sorry.
Question and answer, please.
Thank you. I'm not asking you what happened before we got to that video. Right? I'm asking you about the video in which you described her previously as being overly frantic and almost hysterical. Did she look like she was just gesticulating and moving her arms and spinning in circles?
not in that video.
Okay, thank you.
There it is. There's that look down again. She's like, oh, like if anyone was going to say kill me, not just Garino, it would be Katie McLaughlin. Simi says her eyes have begging him to stop in them. She was forced to lie, in my opinion. Have a think about it, chat. How would it make you feel if you went along with something kind of like Katie McLaughlin gives me the vibes that Kerry Roberts kind of gives me in terms of not being one of the cool girls, not one of the popular girls, not one of the fully in crowd, but part of the community. And so she might, I don't know how assertive she is. It's very hard to hold your moral compass in life if you don't have convictions of your integrity. Perhaps she kind of got swept along in the blizzard the night of the nor'easter. Jennifer McCabe is very persuasive, or whomever. She had the troopers and the PD people that are, they're all part of the Canton law enforcement first responders community, which is a small community. And now think about how it would make you feel if one sort of weak backbone moment from a bunch of people putting pressure on you got you to this, a second trial with the whole world calling you a liar. She can't even say, hey, I just said it because they were on my case and I didn't think it'd matter. What did it matter? Destined to be finally off work time for some wine. Love it. Here, I'll pop one for you. I'll pour one for you. We'll pop and pour, girl. We'll pop and pour. Not going to lie, I think about wine a lot. Right now, wine.
And according to you, that's the point at which.
Okay, I'm going to go back because I've got in my notes uncomfortable. There's a long silence while Alan's obviously just looking at his notes. And she's just like, it looks like she just wishes the ground would swallow her up. A sinkhole would appear along with all those sirens.
I'm not asking you what happened before we got to that video. Right? I'm asking you about the video in which you described her previously as being overly frantic and almost hysterical. Did she look like she was just gesticulating and moving her arms and spinning in circles?
Not in that video.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, watch.
And according to you, that's the point at which Ms. McCabe said, I think you need to calm down. Right?
She's dissociating. She's hardly even there. Ugh. Chat's going to hate me because I have so much empathy for these people. But I do.
Yes.
And according to you, that's the point at which McCabe said, "You're hysterical." Correct?
Yes.
Just so I'm clear, who in that video, Miss Reed or Miss McCabe, appeared to be doing most of the talking?
You cannot see from that video.
Who in that video?
I think, Kurt, we could broaden that and say she looks like a trauma survivor. Her life seems ruined, right? Like, I don't give a fuck that Jennifer McCabe's life's probably ruined forever in terms of being a pariah in that community. These like ancillary characters, supporting characters in this puppet show of the McAlberts, I feel for them. Oh fuck!
I don't know.
Appeared to be gesticulating with her arms. My client or Miss McCabe?
I think Miss McCabe was doing that, saying you need to calm down. You're hysterical.
Well, the whole time she's gesticulating, she's saying, "Calm down, Karen. You're being hysterical. Calm down. You're hysterical." Just repeating that.
She was trying to get her to stop and to calm down because of the statement she was making,
I see.
and she was trying to get her to stop, calm down.
I see. Okay. So during that entire video, probably 40, 50 seconds or so, maybe.
Princey says Jen has no soul. Katie sold hers. I don't know whether she sold it or whether she was sold into slavery for it. Like, I don't think it's almost like she was trafficked into this situation, right? Yeah, right. Exactly. They don't care. They don't care. These people don't care. As long as, I mean, Jennifer McCabe, as long as she comes out squeaky clean. Lol. Like lol. Jennifer McCabe. No squeak, no clean. Oh my goodness gracious.
That's what you're saying now.
Sorry, chat. The double clip keeps getting me.
You need to calm down. Right? That's what she was doing.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you'll agree that Miss Reed was standing relatively quietly to your right, not saying much of anything.
No, what she had just said, she had seemed upset when she said that, and what she said was obviously Miss McCabe was trying to convince her
Couple more minutes.
that was not.
3 more minutes.
You need to calm down. Stop saying that.
Right in front of a police officer who never said he heard her say.
Objection.
Does she have kids? I don't think she's got kids. She's only 29 now.
You were standing
30.
18 inches, 2 feet from Officer Sterling, correct?
I don't know exactly.
Well, give me an idea. I mean, 2 3 feet. What?
He was standing near me.
And he was standing even closer to my client, wasn't he?
Yes.
At this moment, when you claim to have heard the "I hit him" repeated 4 times, where was Officer Flamati? I'm sorry, where's Firefighter Flamati and Firefighter Nuttall?
In the ambulance.
With the doors closed.
Yes.
In the ambulance, this is my ignorance, I'm assuming the engine was running.
Yep.
I'm assuming that there's some sort of heating system inside that ambulance to keep it nice and warm for patients.
Yes.
That was running as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that door closed. Those doors closed. How many feet away? By the way, from where you were looking? How many feet away? How many yards away?
I don't know. We were fairly close to the ambulance.
Further than you and I are from each other right now, or closer?
I think closer.
Okay. How about now?
I'm not sure. The ambulance was behind us. I'm not sure how close we were.
Right. At least a few yards.
Sure.
Okay. And those doors are pretty thick, secure metal doors that lock. Is that right?
Yes.
Obviously, when you saw them, and I know you don't know what was happening inside the ambulance, but when you saw them, Firefighter Nuttall and Firefighter Flamati were engaged in life-saving measures with Mr. O'Keefe, one doing the bag, one doing chest compressions as they entered into the ambulance, which you did see, correct?
Yes.
When those doors closed, would you presume, from your experience, that those life-saving measures and their focus was on John O'Keefe, that continued?
Yes.
You testified that you went back to the ambulance at some point.
Yes, Akasha. I just don't get that they didn't. Well, I don't think Lally ever asked her if she had kids, and he would have, wouldn't he? He would have asked her about her grandparents and everybody. I think I get the feeling that she's been a career woman versus children, and also all that the photograph, the social media pictures of Katie McLaughlin doing single girl stuff on the Cape.
And you told Firefighter Flamati and Firefighter Nuttall what you claimed to have heard. this jury, correct?
I went back to the ambulance after that, and I told them what was said and gave them the demographic information that I got.
Okay. So in other words, firefighter Flamati and firefighter Nuttall heard it from you. You didn't say it to somebody else, and they reported it to those two. They heard it directly from you, correct?
I went back and I said, I gave the demographics, and I said, she's saying I hit him.
Right. So in other words, they heard that from you.
I gave them. Is
Objection.
that yes or no?
Objection.
She answered the question. Okay, that's all for that clip, and then one more Katie McLaughlin clip because she is quite an important witness. I don't know whether I think maybe she didn't get the memo, or she chose to disregard the memo, or she forgot what the memo said. But walk and talk chat. Yes. Okay, so I think Alan Jackson made a really good point here. Let's go.
Wilson, just to orient us, can you tell me where you are in that video?
I might be in the middle there, although I didn't get a good look.
The yellow and red.
Yes.
Okay. I'd like you to pay special attention, Mrs. Laughlin, to your right and your left hands as this video plays. Could we go ahead and play it?
So it is sped up, chat, just for time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I would write like stuff on my glove. That's something I'll do as I'm getting the information. Was that your question about notes?
So you were taking notes.
That's just me jotting down the demographics.
Let's keep playing.
Why won't it do it? Skip for me. Skip for me.
That's the point where your client started to make the statements.
Was she overly frantic and almost hysterical?
She was distraught.
Overly frantic and almost hysterical. We're using different words. I'm asking you about your words. Does this describe her as overly
I think that overly frantic and hysterical, I was just.
Shelley, I heard many people in Andrea Burkhart's chat and or EDB's chat saying, people who are in the medical field, is that it's quite a common thing to jot down things on their gloves and then throw the gloves away. So it seemed odd to me, but also not, and it was supported by I guess scores of people in both or either chat. So I don't think it's as wild, but it's more wild that she didn't jot down that kind of important thing, and that she didn't think it might be. She didn't want to hurt. What was it? Karen Reed seemed to be, she didn't want to upset her. None of them wanted to upset her. Oh, please. By asking more. Hit him with what? Like with what?
Was describing the entire scene.
So you'll agree that she doesn't look overly frantic or hysterical?
Again, hard to say from a video, but.
And according to you, well, that's actually, Mr. McLaughlin, it's easiest to say from a video, isn't it? It's a video.
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of, she's not totally in view, and I mean, she wasn't standing there calmly, I guess.
Right. She was hysterical too.
She was upset. She was very upset.
Hysterical?
I might say hysterical. She was extremely upset.
Okay, and this is the point where Mr. King is saying, calm down, you're being hysterical.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and play it. Pause it. So you indicated that this is the point at which, let me leave the lights down for a second. Let me play it again. This is the point at which you said my client had just said, I hit him, basically confessing that having hit John Quick, correct?
Those are the statements she'd made.
And Officer Sheriff is standing right there. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You see any reaction from him right there?
I know he turned and told somebody to go get the sergeant. I don't know if that already played. I'm sorry?
Do you see any reaction from him?
He responded, "You what?" And she repeated it again, and then he told someone to get the sergeant.
I know that's what your statement is. I know that's your testimony. I'm asking about the video. Do you see him reacting right here?
You'd have to play it again. I wasn't looking at that part.
Do you see him handcuff my client?
Oh, no.
You see him call anybody over to handcuff my client?
He turned to signal to get Goody down here. Is what?
So they handcuffed her?
No.
Right. They didn't handcuff her?
No.
Even though she just confessed in front of a police officer, according to you.
That's what she said.
I did it.
She said.
I did it. That's a confession, correct?
She said, I hit him.
And Officer Officer Sarah just stands there and my client walks away, correct?
There's your man.
You
What
have
the
to
fuck?
talk to Officer Sarah about that.
Oh, yeah.
You should.
Mrs. Laughlin,
Objection.
Okay, so let's move on. Mr. Jackson, I'm not rushing you, but how much longer do you think you'll be?
not long.
Okay, so,
I can wrap it up in a couple minutes.
okay.
Toward the end of this video.
Are you playing it again or should we put the lights on?
If we can play it.
Okay.
Continue.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. Double click got me.
You're writing on your glove.
Yes.
What kind of glove?
Just a regular latex glove that we use on the ambulance.
You didn't have a notepad?
I probably did. Sometimes it's easier to just write it down on your glove.
Do you write like hit him? On your
No, I did not.
I want Karen to have gloves on. She looks cold. She wouldn't have been feeling anything.
Still appear to be writing something down, looking down at your glove?
I might be looking at it.
Oh, sorry.
Closet. Is this also an example of my client being overly hysterical and frantic?
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to her.
Oh, for fuck's sake. It's the only thing you can see in the video.
Whatever it was that you were talking to.
I just had a thought. Kurt, if you're still here, I don't always swear, curse. I promise I will be on my best behavior. I have done other guest spots. So when I've interviewed Joe Tacopina, Kurt, I didn't swear at all. So I promise to be on my best no cursing behavior. Here at Camp Shorty, we say all the words.
To misread about, it was important enough that you had a pen out. You were writing things down, correct?
Well, I was still finishing writing down some of the other.
It was important enough.
Yeah.
Write things down. Yes,
Yes, I wrote down some of the things that were said.
some of the things that were important, correct?
Yes.
For instance, you write down John O'Keefe, that's his name, right?
Right.
You might write down a circle with a slash through it, allergies, no allergies, right?
Right.
You might write down 46, his age.
2 more minutes for this one.
You might write down how he was injured, hit by a car, correct?
I did not know that was. Well, I didn't know what those statements meant.
You might write down 3 little syllables. It was just told to you. I hit him, especially if it had been repeated 4 times as you thought, correct?
Yeah, I had that in my head, and I was going to go tell them that.
And you had a pen. Right with your right hand, writing things, correct?
Yeah.
You never wrote that down.
I wasn't going to write that statement down on the glove. I
Why though?
remembered that, and I went back to the ambulance and told them.
Did you see her line of sight then? She's like, "Ugh, I hate saying this. I hate saying this." I think she hates saying it.
Yeah.
You never wrote that down.
Watch.
I wasn't going to write that statement down on the glove. I remembered that, and I went back to the ambulance and told them.
You didn't memorialize that statement on any note that we have, correct?
No.
You didn't memorialize that statement on any glove that you were wearing.
I can't show. I
Whatever you
can't
wrote
show.
down
I
on that
cannot
glove,
swear. I
where's
can
that now?
not swear.
Yeah, I don't have it, obviously.
Obviously.
How obvious it is. What'd you do with it?
You just scratch everything out and you throw out the glove.
Threw it away.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yes.
Is that yes?
Yes.
So we don't know what was actually on or not on that glove, do we?
Correct.
I didn't write those words down on that glove.
As we stand here, we don't know what was or wasn't on that glove.
Name, date of birth, no meds, no history, no allergies. And then I wasn't writing that statement down on the glove. I went back to the ambulance and just reported it.
And importantly, it was important enough, as you said, to go back and report the statement, but not important enough to write it down with that pen. It was very conveniently in your right hand, correct?
It's not about importance. I was relaying that information to the ambulance verbally. I didn't need to write it down.
And you, in fact, didn't write it down, did you?
No, I didn't make a report about it.
And you're also aware that not a single police officer out of the scene wrote that down either.
Objection.
That's all I have.
Mr. Brennan, can you do a redirect in 5 minutes?
I can.
Heavy. I wonder whether my heaviness comes from feeling all the heaviness from these witnesses. Could be. Could be. So that's Katie McLaughlin. Chat, your thoughts? I'm sad for her. Nick says this whole week's testimony was like pulling teeth. There's prepping, which is to your advantage. Then there's over prepping that becomes your disadvantage. Yes. Yes. Nicholas Ticholas's favorite guy. Wait. We love Nick.
Good for them. I'm happy. But I just want to make sure that I am still held in the
You are,
highest
Nick.
esteem of the
Always.
system. It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why every time, Nick. Every time, like it's the first time I've ever heard it. You're the funniest guy. I swear to God. Beaker. To me, he looks like the American Eagle in the Muppets. So former retired, Lieutenant Gallagher. Let me just make sure. Nope. Wait, I didn't slide her back to where I wanted to go. Did I? Oh, not to the very start. Great thumbnail, Trial Channel.
Okay, you knew that person was fighting for his life.
Fast. Let me just get myself organized with my Katie McLaughlin sniffs over here. Apologies. Walk and talk, chat. Walk and talk. Oh no, no, that. Hearing my brain operate out loud. I'm saying the quiet parts out loud. Standard. Okay, so this fucking guy. He's the dumbest of the dumb dog shit dumbs. This guy says Colorado year, right? This guy, Lord help us.
For April of 2024.
He did not.
Did your lieutenant interview you before April of 2024?
No, he did
Did
not.
Lieutenant Tully interview you before April of 2024?
No, he did not.
Did anybody else from the Canton Police Department, your deputy chief or the chief, interview you formally about your conduct and responsibilities before April of 2024?
I don't understand that question.
Fair, yeah.
Did anybody at Canton PD, separating out Massachusetts State Police?
Wait.
Did you
Oh, yes, Simi, Muppet Cop, 100%. His facial expressions are so comical. Is this real? Like, is this real life? Like, literally, is this real life? The head shaker. He's like dumb as dog shit, this guy. I swear to God. How did he ever reach the ranks that he reached? Lord have mercy.
Did you sit down at Canton PD and provide an interview with anybody at Canton PD about your conduct at the scene?
What do you mean by conduct?
Going to the scene, collecting evidence, securing evidence, transporting evidence, booking evidence, those kinds of things. Your conduct at the scene, sir.
Yeah, I briefed my superiors, yes.
Okay, other than briefing, was there a formal report written?
No.
Or a formal interview conducted of you?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, why would you? Why would you? That's ludicrous.
Tell us when you wrote your report about what happened at the scene, memorializing what you did at the scene.
I didn't.
You didn't write a report?
About the scene that day at the scene?
Correct, about this investigation.
I only did the metadata report. I did not write a report at the scene.
You never, in fact, the fact is you never wrote any.
The way he goes like, what? And what of it? Like, I can't with this guy. In my notes, I've got it. There's only 2 clips. This one's about 5 minutes, and then another approximately 5 minutes, and then I'm just like, I just wrote next to it, JFC. Jesus fucking Christ! Stop.
Any report about what happened at the scene, correct?
Correct.
You didn't memorialize that.
Definitely get a
formal
drink. Yeah.
Way on Canton PD letterhead to describe what you did and how you did it at the scene.
Yes. Yes. What the fuck? Absolutely.
Normally, when you report to a scene as a first responder, you would be expected to write a report about that, whatever that conduct is.
I'm not the supervisor, no.
What if you're the ranking person at a scene that ultimately turns into a homicide scene?
Well, we don't know it's a homicide scene at this time. We don't even know there's a crime committed at this time. My responsibilities are to make sure reports are written, not to necessarily write the reports myself.
Let me be very clear. I am not laughing at the serious gravity of the failings of this first responder. Well, first responder to the scene, this alleged scene. Like, what the fuck? What is going on? He's like a caricature. He's like, I'm speechless. It's wild. So I'm not laughing at the like, what can we do if we don't just laugh at it? Like, it's ludicrous. It's laughable. Motion to scream. What the fuck? Granted, wants to scream. Literally, granted. Let me get there. Takes me a while because I've got so many gosh darn bloody that. Thank God for my amazing producer screaming at her own self. Screaming at this fucking guy. Yikes.
I'm the supervisor. It's my job to make sure reports are written, evidence is logged, those types of things.
Under ordinary circumstances, you would respond to a scene as a supervisor, and you would oversee what other people are doing.
That's correct.
Can I finish?
Sure.
I don't want to talk over each other.
I apologize.
You would want a supervisor oversee what your subordinate officers, whatever he or she might be doing or they might be doing. You're going to oversee that, but they're the ones actually conducting the investigation or picking up evidence or doing the interviews, writing those things.
Correct. Detective Sergeant Lake's investigation. Yes.
So in that circumstance, you would be expected to write a report because all of that conduct is memorialized by others subordinate to the supervisor, correct?
Correct.
But in this case, like the opposite happened. You were the one that was in the video utilizing the leaf blower, correct?
That's correct.
Well, duh. Obviously, the head Muppet does the leaf blower thing. Obviously, Nick, this is what he did. He did the leaf blower, right?
You were the one that actually exposed the drinking.
Look at he's like, yeah, I fucking did. I was the one. It was me. Hi, it was me. He's so proud of himself. He's like, yep, I really did it. Dumb as dog shit.
That's correct.
Correct, yes.
Yep.
That's correct.
You directed someone.
So proud, Shelley.
To pick up the drinking glass and recover his potential piece of evidence.
That is correct.
You noted the blood or the coagulation of blood in and around that area, correct?
That is correct.
You noted where you believe the drinking glass was, in other words, what location, if there were drink coordinates, where it would be, correct?
Correct.
And you instructed others to transport that important evidence back to Canton PD to have it booked, correct?
That is correct.
You also secured the plastic containers in which to recover the blood.
That is correct.
You also directed someone to get a bag to put the plastic containers in and ultimately transport it, correct?
That is correct.
So you would agree with me, Mr. Gallagher, that in this
yep,
you were the centerpiece of the recovery of evidence and the investigation as it was at that time in that limited context. You were the centerpiece of what was happening with the scene, correct?
And I made sure it was documented by Detective Sergeant Lake.
But you didn't find
we're
it
all set.
important enough to write a report yourself.
I think that's poor misrepresentation. There's a person fighting for their life. It was very important.
When you were there at the scene at what time was it, by the way?
I got there shortly after 7.
Okay, you knew that person who was fighting for his life had already been transported and was in good care, as best care we can provide at Good Samaritan Hospital, correct?
That is correct.
So certainly you're not excusing away the idea that you didn't memorialize your conduct because you were too busy fighting for someone's life. That's not what you're saying.
No, definitely not what I'm saying.
Oh, did you see? Wait, I'll go back. I forgot. I meant to. I'm no surprise here. Pammy, thank you so much for your coffees. Pammy sent me coffees. You're in the draw. Oh. And we'll do a draw. We're doing a draw tomorrow night of a Miss Shorty merch T-shirt. Mr. Meathook said that Mr. Meathook is too much Meathook and said that he would prefer not to have a T-shirt. But generally, it's a T-shirt or a top from the merch store. We're doing a draw every couple of weeks now because I'm a terrible grifter and quite often there aren't quite enough names. And we did also put just sidebar 5. Actually, I think I might put 7 names in on behalf of Donkey's Noggin, who was very generous last week and asked for us to select some people from chat. So we've put some extra names in the chat of people who don't necessarily have the resources to send super chats and stuff, but exciting.
I'll take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away. Shit.
I would definitely take this motherfucker's money. I don't know. I guess maybe wait. Let's just go back. Look at his facial expressions at the end here. I mean,
okay, you knew that person who was fighting for his life had already been transported and was in good care, as best care we can provide at Good Samaritan Hospital, correct?
That is correct.
So certainly you're not excusing away the idea that you didn't memorialize your conduct because you were too busy fighting for someone's life. That's not what you're saying.
No, definitely not what I'm saying.
Oh. Oh. Don't sigh.
Obviously, reporting to a scene and supervising a scene is one thing, but actually gathering evidence is a whole next level.
Right, let me just
Do you
check.
agree with that?
Sure.
Because just to put a fine point on it.
Okay, that's that clip. I got so excited with many things, mostly just mimicking this Muppet. Hang on. Just a little bit more of this. Walk and talk. Okay, because he's unbearable, but hilarious.
So can you describe what you did to preserve the crime scene? I'm sorry, to preserve the scene, because at that time you said you did not know if it was a crime scene. Is that right?
That's correct.
What did you do in terms of actually preserving the scene for later investigation? What steps did you take?
For later, can you explain later investigation?
So let me take a step back.
Sure.
Have you been trained to preserve scenes?
Yes.
What's the reason that you want to preserve the scene? What does that mean?
Collect evidence.
Collect evidence to make sure nothing is disturbed.
Correct.
Civilians can't trace through.
I just don't think preserving the scene is collecting evidence, isn't it? The second part, where he didn't even really know that answer. How? Exactly. Hi, Tori. Good to see you. And also Laura's here. Hi, Laura. I missed you coming in. Hi.
Walk through evidence, correct?
That's correct.
You've heard the phrase forensically, evidence in, evidence out. Someone trips through a crime scene, you bring evidence with you, and you take it back out. It's on your shoes, on your feet, or your breath, or your saliva, or whatever it might be.
Very familiar with that, yes.
Oh, very familiar with that.
Is best efforts, it's best practices to make sure that nothing's moved, touched, messed with in any way, correct?
That's correct, and that's what was done here.
What did you do? That's my question. What did you do to preserve that scene?
There were no civilians ever to trample through.
Hey,
Were
Karen
rescue
trying to
efforts
follow
made,
him.
on Mr. O'Keefe? Yes, that's priority. So rescue workers do go into any type of scene.
I hate
Look
that
at
man.
Karen's
truly
face,
hate
just
him.
like Karen's just like, what do you say? How were you the lieutenant? Yikes.
Medical life-saving measures come first. Once all apparatus was off scene, the original officers put out crime scene tape, mark an area, and later it was documented, it was photographed, and evidence was collected.
And it was searched by you, at least initially with the leaf blower.
Correct.
Okay. So you were interested in the area that, by the way, I want to do this out, make sure I'm not mistaken. You described for Mr. Brennan basically where Mr. O'Keefe's body was. Correct?
Yes.
You never saw his body in situ. You never saw his body in place.
That is correct.
You were told by Sergeant Lang generally where his body was, correct?
Yes, and Sergeant Lank actually never saw Mr. O'Keefe.
That's my next question.
Okay, and Mr. Good and Sergeant Good as well.
Right. Sergeant Lang never saw John O'Keefe actually in place, correct?
That is correct.
So you're receiving information from Sergeant Lang that he did not have personal knowledge of, and then you're providing that information later to crime scene investigators who are trying to establish a diagram or some sort of a chart about where that evidence was, where the drinking glass was, where his body was, correct?
No, I never spoke to anybody
No.
in that manner about that.
Didn't you ultimately go out to the scene along with others at Massachusetts State Police when they had a drone overhead?
No, you're mistaken. I can clarify it for you if you wish.
Sure.
So on February 1st, after the execution of the warrant, they wanted to go down to the scene. It was Trooper Proctor and somebody from the car.
Hey, chat. I know I always go on about this, but just watch he's starting to do his hand movements, you know?
First team, I'm not sure of the name. Once they got down there, I did show them where I was shown John O'Keefe was. They did want to put up a drone, but they could not do it because they were too close to Norwood Airport and because of FAA regulations. And that was the last of my involvement with that. I hope that clarifies things for you.
I'm interested in
I get the drone.
Was, you accompanied Trooper Proctor to the scene, correct?
Correct.
There were other members of the cars, CARS.
I think there was one crash accident reconstruction.
I'm going to speed him up.
Okay, so it's forensic, a member of MSP who does forensic diagrams, correct?
I would say, I don't know if they do diagrams. I don't know what they do.
Or reconstruction of some sort.
Sure, reconstruction.
So you were there to help provide information about where Mr. O'Keefe's body was found, correct?
And be a Canton police officer present in case any neighbors had come out.
So you were there to help provide information about, or at least you did provide information to them about where Mr. O'Keefe's body was found.
Oh, sure, yes.
Except you didn't see Mr. O'Keefe's body, did you?
No, I did not.
So that was a guess on your part.
It was what I was shown. It's the information I had.
Yeah, it was the information you were told by Sergeant Blank, correct?
Yes,
Who also didn't see John O'Keefe in place on the ground for the board, correct?
that's correct. Yes.
So his would be a guess also, correct?
Well, we're going backwards. So he was told by Sergeant Good.
We are
and
going
sorry.
backwards.
So it was information passed along, which is what police officers do.
Right. But the person, the police officer who was out there at the scene, who was helping the reconstructionist establish a formal report, and the car's report was an officer who not only didn't see where John's body was, you got information about where John's body was from someone who didn't see it either. Correct? Can we at least
No, you have to go back to the beginning. I didn't understand the beginning of that question.
Sure,
It's very
I'll tell you. The point is, Mr. Gallagher, you happen to be tapped as the person who's going to assist the cars folks, the MSP, in creating their cars, ultimately their cars report.
No.
Is it true that you accompanied Trooper Proctor and members of the cars unit to document Fairview Road and the scene of the incident?
Yeah, I thought I explained it could not be done.
Okay.
So I only went to show them where Mr. O'Keefe was and in case any neighbors came out. I wasn't there to assist in any documentation at all.
You were there? Do you know Brian Tully's?
I do.
Have you reviewed Brian Tully's report?
I have not. You showed me one section of it.
Is it true that what you actually told Brian Tully is that you went with Trooper Proctor and you already checked the headline? I didn't finish the question.
No.
I got that part wrong? You accompanied Trooper Proctor?
No, what's wrong is I was interviewed by Lieutenant Tully. That was a meeting I had with Prosecutor Lowry.
Okay.
Trooper Tully was present. Trooper Tully never asked me any questions. I don't recall Trooper Tully ever asking me a question, sir.
So let me be a little bit more defined.
Okay, so that's where I wrote in my notes, JFC, make it stop. So I'm going to put us all out of our misery and just whatever he was talking about, leaf blowers, solo cups, very proud, some sort of Muppet. Next. What do you think, chat? These are not hard questions. They're hard when you're dumb as dog shit. Oh, geez, Louise. It's exhausting. Should we have a palate cleanser? Would you like a song? I'm not doing sidebar today because it's my channel and I say no. So let me just keep scrolling. You know what I'm going to go with? We haven't played this one for a while. It's an oldie but a goodie. Enjoy. It's just a music break. We're coming right back. It's like 2.5 minutes. Okay. Go fill up your drink. Whatever you need to do, or listen to the song. It's a bloody good one. It's a zinger.
Hey, Massachusetts, what the actual fuck? Lost your freaking minds investigating some silly ducks. MSP, please explain to us all why your best men don't falter. Y'all never let them fall. Why do your men use our resources on inconsequential fluff while they turn a blind eye to science, physics, and stuff? Go to homes of citizens who've done nothing wrong while murderers are out there walking free among us. Oh, Massachusetts, please explain it to us. Hey, Massachusetts, what the actual fuck? Lost your freaking minds investigating some silly ducks. When using the gold standard, y'all celebrate. Tell us, why can't you ever seem to get it right? You expect we'll believe the data isn't there. You truly imagine that Massachusetts don't care. Well, I've got news for you. The whole world is spying. Consider yourselves on notice. This bullshit we ain't buying. Oh, Massachusetts, please explain it are mad, this is it. We ain't taking no more of this fucking shit. Oh, Massachusetts, won't you explain it to us? Do something about it. MSP, for the love of the Commonwealth, please explain it to us.
Ah, bloody good one. I think that's my second song I ever wrote. Not bad. Not bad. Simi says, my grandkids like I Ain't Playing and Shine. I got 62 songs in my Suno playlist now. That should mean 62 songs in the YouTube one as well. But there's also a free Karen Reid playlist with Sidebar, OnlyFan, I Hit Him ×3, which is my newest one. There's another one itching in my brain. Free Karen Reid, the original, Free Karen Reid 2. Is that all? OnlyFan? Did I say OnlyFan? I fucking love OnlyFan. Oh, Kathy, wait. Pause to talk about Kathy. Kathy, a little birdie called Princey, told me that you called into the Glera and told him about our music. That's so cool. And your standout. Wow, girl, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. We're so proud of you. You're a fucking legend. You're a legend for doing solo standouts. What a trooper. That takes some balls. I know I've done one with just 3 people and it was I felt a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest. It was a little bit confronting in the middle of Melbourne. But yes, Kathy, bravo. We're so proud of you and spreading the shorty word. I'm going to give you a round of applause from the shorties for everything you're doing for Karen and then for our shorty community. Thank you so much. That's really sweet of you. Coupled with somebody hilariously sending a super chat to the Glera and another stream talking about referencing Clubber as being Buster. Guess they're a shorty too. So funny. So funny. Tori, right? This could be someone in your family, people. It's scary. Free Karen Reid. Solo standouts are actually fun. Yes. Doing it again this weekend. Kathy, what a legend. You're a legend. I love that. I love that. We love you, Kathy. We love you. Now, let me get away from this Muppet. It's still on my screen. Oh, here we go. I forgot a bit. What do we do here? Present. So, hope you filled your drink. Use the bathroom if you needed to. Got some cheese, whatever it is. Let me find this delightful gentleman. But before I go there, Steve. For starters, wait. Oh my God, my mouse stopped working. Fuck, Simi. Steve just skipped a membership, said Simi got one. Rah, huzzah. That's so cool. Thank you so much, Steve. Let me just scroll. So many videos, it's not even funny. Thank you, Steve, for your always support. You're an always giver, Steve. We appreciate you very much. Steve, have you ever got the memo that you won Publicly Buzzed raffle? The wheel. It's not a raffle. It's Wheelgate. You need to contact Steve from Publicly Buzzed and get his details for you. I think you won a T-shirt. So that. Yay, Simi. Fucking oath, Simi. Yes, Simi. I'm green. Huzzah. Thank you, Steve. Okay, so we're going to track some cats. Okay, so one's in the chat if you're a bit of a weather nerd. One's in the chat if you're a weather nerd. I'll be dropping a 1. 2's in the chat if even as a weather nerd, you are perhaps... This was a little much in the weather nerd weeds. Oh, check the poll. Okay. I'm going to check the poll. Thank you. What the fuck? Let me have a look. And then I hit him, just started blaring in my ears. I'm going to end the poll if you haven't already voted, and I'm seeing lots of ones. We're the nerds in the chat. Whether nerds unite. I love this shit. I'm going to end the poll if you haven't voted. Have you ever tracked a cat in 2/10 of an inch of snow? Yes, many times. Option 2 is never. I only track doggos. 3 is what the actual fuck, and 4 is I love weather. Hashtag weather nerd. 21% of you said hashtag. Oh, I haven't ended it yet, but if you haven't already, NH dude, not a cat guy, so I passed. That's all right. I'm about to end it. Hi, Gigi. Good to see you. So we ended up with 51% said what the actual fuck. 21% said I love weather nerd. And only 12% of you have tracked a cat in snow before. Ay. Oh my goodness. And then wait. I see something snuck past me. Thank you, Laura. This. And while I think of it, Laura, I've been terrible with my emails, but I did get your email and I've saved your number in my phone, girl. Thank you. I'll send you a text after, so you've got mine too also. Oh, and did I tell you my SIM card has arrived for call-ins? We might even do call-ins next weekend, chat. I haven't set it up yet because overloaded, but we're going to do call-ins. We'll have to test run it, I think, on speaker, WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram, all of the encrypted apps. We'll do that. So that's coming. It's very soon to Camp Shorty, because why would I not add something else into our variety show mix if not call-ins? Obviously. So Laura, Pammy, and Steve, you're in the draw for the merch draw for tomorrow. I'm adding in tonight's super chats, coffees, etc. into the draw for tomorrow. So huzzah! Let's go with Mr. Weather. Is he on 2x speed? We'll have to find out. Let's see.
Spoken a lot on your direct testimony about the magnitude of the storm, a variety of other measurements. But
let me check my timestamp first. Did I get it back to the actual start of my time?
I wanted to draw really.
Nah, that would have been well too prepared. I'd had a lot of wine by this point, every day of my life. So I've got a few little short clips because this lovely man.
The snow was falling.
Pause. Jeez, that's fast. Let's just wind it back a little, chat. Let's just wind it back a little. Get rid of. I got some weird subtitles on my screen as well. I don't need that. Thanks though. That 10:04 KKK. This is the tracker cat thing. We probably should do tracker cat as a clip. I'll try to shut the fuck up.
Now, how significant a storm occurred?
Oh no, this isn't it.
Not
yet.
Taking away from your forecast, but actually occurred during that time frame.
This was the biggest January storm in history, with 27 inches of snowfall. And it snowed heavily for several hours, visibility under a quarter of a mile. And the temperature was dropping during that time, and the winds were gusting frequently to 40 and 50 miles an hour in this area.
Now, that data that you looked at from that time frame of January 26th through the 29th of 2022, what types of data specifically did you look, or actually, we'll get to specifics in a moment.
So that was it. It was snowing. Miss Shorty merch is so good, says Pammy. And yes, Steve, absolutely. Can attest. I got the shoe. I'll go off camera in a second and get you and show you. I got some of the shoes. I haven't even opened them yet. Oh my God. Like I've been drowning in life lately, chat. So it's a sad day in Melbourne if I haven't even opened all my merch. This one, and I'm wearing my Grave Concerns t-shirt tomorrow night, and I got a Miss Shorty music hoodie. It's all very exciting. But wait, H dude, I got to scroll through so many thoughts in my brain all the time. Ring of fire, y'all. So you guys in here? And buffering brain. Okay.
How did you get my digits? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Hey, Steve, I was living in Boston in the blizzard of 78. I was living in Needham. then. I don't remember it, but I was there, buddy. How about that? How about that? But was it in January, Steve? No, because this was the biggest, most consequential blizzard in January in Boston. Oh my God, my thing just went on to sleep when I was trying to look at the timestamp. Hang on, we'll just go from here.
Now, may I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Gilman, Your Honor, may I remain here
Sure.
for a moment? Mr. Gilman, I handed you a series of, I believe, about 6-page documents. Do you recognize that?
Yeah, for generations in such proximity to Canton, to the location.
With snow accumulation. During the period that you were looking at, what is it that you found?
The snow began to accumulate during this winter storm. And by the way, I think I can use the term nor'easter, blizzard, bombogenesis, bomb cyclone, winter storm, all referring to the storm event of the 28th, mostly the 29th. The first.
I love him. Hi, Colors. I thought you might have been asleep. Good to see you. I'm jealous. All I want to be doing at the moment is sleeping, and it's just not an option. So yikes. Wait. Is Cliff Tucky actually a place? That's a cool word, a name. It didn't rival that of 78. No. But was it in January? I need details. I'm going to go again. He's so cute. He's telling all these little... Oh, fuck. He's telling all these little weather terms. Oh, so cute. I love him.
I can use the term nor'easter, blizzard, bombogenesis, bomb cyclone, winter storm, all referring to the storm event of the 28th, mostly the 29th. The first snowfall began late in the evening on the 28th and continued into the 29th.
Just starting with that snapshot of the evening of the 28th, how much snow accumulated on the 28th before turning the page to the 29th?
Very little. Enough to track a cat, 0.2 of an inch.
Now, with reference to the 29th, were you able to determine from that?
Lally didn't even, Lally doesn't have a personality or a sense of humor, so Lally didn't even register. I wish we could have seen Lally's face, because sidebar, we'll get to it. But when, should I? Yes, I'll go. Yes, of course I will. Why would I not? We're going to go around and then come back. When Jessica Hyde said the May the 4th be with you thing, and I was like, I was going to make a clip out of it because I was listening, always listening, never watching. And I went to the pertinent spot, the applicable spot to screen record it to make a short out of it. I'm like, oh fuck, it's on Hank Brennan's face. If you watch that clip, and I made a short out of it, sidebar with the Imperial Marches, the music below, so we can't play it, but you can go and watch it. It's great. Hank Brennan, actually, a little tiny smile plays on his face. Who even knew? I didn't think Hank Brennan knew how to smile. People were saying he didn't get it in the comments in the short, and I'm like, nah, he gets it. He's just too much of a stiffy to fucking smile.
That data, sort of the hourly snowfall as it came down.
Yes, as the hourly precipitation data, temperature, and other information was reported, I was able to analyze it each step of the way as the storm progressed.
And from your analysis, sir, could you describe to the jury, sort of going bit by bit, what was that hourly snowfall for the 29th?
As I said in the report, it's estimated that as it began.
EDB Laura was like, oh my God, chat. Like they sent out an alert to in the Law Nerd app to tell the Law Nerds that like finally Lally got to talk about the snow at length with a snow guy, with a meteorologist, meteorologist, mind you, which is anything that falls from the sky. He just would have just been, see, I told you all it was snowing. Not as much as you inferred and suggested and had your witnesses. I mean, hello, Higgins saying that he plowed to see over the snowbank. Get the fuck out of here. Also, sidebar, if you're late, we're going to be talking at length, in much depth, about Bukaki's testimony tomorrow night, which is why we're staying on topic tonight with these incidental witnesses. This guy, Lally. I hope he had so much joy for. I guess Lally's probably a weather nerd, right?
Again, it was on the order of 0.3 of an inch an hour on the 29th until 1 o'clock, and it stayed in that light.
Oh wait, and then my notes here go. Nope. So we get the idea. Let's go through till the cross because my boyfriend, Mr. Robert Alessi, is it?
I want to go between 1 and 2 a.m. Let's assume a time of 1:45 a.m. on January 29, 2022. Is it
BRB
correct
chat.
that the accumulation would be less than 0.8 inches at that point, according to your chart?
By 2 a.m., it would be less than 0.8, yes.
Therefore, correct.
Therefore, by 1:45, it would be less than 0.8, yes.
Right, so-
Or equal to, yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Less
sir.
than or equal to.
Right. So you used 2 a.m., right, which would mean that it was 0.8, correct?
Correct.
And then if you work back 15 minutes at 1:45 a.m., it would be less than 0.8, correct?
If it was still snowing and that was 15 minutes.
Yes. So, but I just want to focus on the number. At 1:45 a.m., it's less than 0.8 inches, correct?
It's less than 0.8 inches.
Yes, right. Alrighty. So, and that is, to state it another way, is it correct to say it's just 0.8 of an inch? Is that correct?
0.8 is 0.8 of an inch.
Right. Another way to say it. So, in terms of the time now, and this may get a little more complicated, sir, but if you take just the time between 1 a.m. and 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. So you've got 0.8. You would have under at 1:45, is it correct you would have only 0.35 inches accumulated of the 0.8? You follow my math, sir?
I'm not sure what I follow in that sentence. Did you ask me how much snow fell between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m.?
That's another way of asking the
Okay,
question.
between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m., 0.3 of an inch is the estimated snowfall.
Right, very well. And so what I'd like to do now is to move down the chart to 3 a.m. How much snow has fallen
There's a new
or
poll.
accumulated
Courtesy of
between
Nick.
12 a.m. and 3 a.m.?
It would be 1 inch.
Right, and is an inch, and you're in the measurement business, about the size of a thumbnail?
Okay, I'm going to profess that I am a 12-y through and through, and anytime anyone says inches, 4 inches, 18 inches, I can't not be 12 about it. So this gave me much delight on many tracks, many track and cat tracks, talking about inches, and frankly, an inch is not impactful. Just saying. Sorry, not sorry. I said what I said. Hello, we have a That's What She Said t-shirt and all 69 merch in the merch store. Like, hello. Inches.
Yeah, I actually use the knuckle on my thumb to the end of my thumb as an inch.
Right, so from the knuckle of one's thumb to the end of the thumb is 1 inch. Right.
There's no such thing as happily ever
And
after, Nick.
Under your terminology on direct, you had used the term very little. Would you consider from the knuckle to the top of the thumb very little snow?
It definitely would require a comparison. 1 inch of snow has caused tremendous problems for people.
1 inch of dick certainly has not. Now, I just saw I was looking at the poll. Do you get snow in Melbourne? No. There are snowfields, Shelley, about 4 hours drive from Melbourne, north up into the mountainous regions. Laura might be a better person to ask if she gets snow in Tasmania. It's a colder climate. It's further south. There are 2 snowfields in mainland Australia, one just south west of Sydney, about 2 hours, and the one in Melbourne. But you have to drive a ways, and it can be a pathetic snow season. They have to have snow makers to generate snow because the temperatures are quite cold, but it's not necessary. Very occasionally there'll be some flurries of snow that'll make the news, like in regional Victoria on the lowlands. but no, not in Melbourne. We get frost on the windscreen in the morning and frost on the grass. It's coming up to that time of the year, usually late May, early June in my experience, and I'm up at that time out in it. It's fucking freezing. So annoying frost on the windscreen that you have to tip a water bottle over it to get rid of it. But that each person on their team has their own talent. Exactly. And I would like to know all of Robert Alessi's talents. Just saying. I can't, anyway, exactly. And Nick, I absolutely, who am I to take your netty away from motion to screen? What the fuck, granted. She has Joe Tacopina, obviously. We have a whole flex back range of merch for Mr. Tacopina. I have one of the t-shirts. It's so cool. Matilda, shout out Matilda for all of the amazing merch. Alessi's mine. Nick, you can have Jackson, minus the beard. Pammy, you can have just Jackson's beard and his face. I don't know where I'm going with it, but it's got something about Pammy sitting on. Anyway.
So I would not call just by the fact of 1 inch of snowfall. I would never say it's very little.
No, so
Tori says we get snow in Orange. There you go. I haven't been to Orange for a very long time. Very long time. Laura says, yes, we get snow. We got some this week. Well, there you go. There you go. So busy. Oh, brain buffered. Steve. Steve, of course. Duh. Obviously. Rachel says, I've seen pictures of a snow resort in Australia. Looks like a cute place. Yes. Do you use a water bottle? I mean, well, yeah, because we're never equipped for really cold weather in Australia because we like to pretend here that there is no cold weather, and that's fine. That. my brain. Don't break your windshield with water. Oh, it's not that cold. My water bottle is my water bottle from my car, so it's very cold water. I just have I don't even know. I get in the wind. I've been known to get in my work vehicle and go, fuck, frost on the windscreen. It's fine. I'll just windscreen wiper it. Start driving, get onto the main road with four lanes, realize that the windscreen wipers aren't going to cut it. Or maybe I've got no water in my wipers. And then have to drive blind, like cursing my poor choices made. Pammy, yes. I don't know why this weatherman wants to frame Karen. It's so bizarre. I don't think he does want to frame Karen. Really? I think that this testimony was pretty good to the defense. Both ways. He's a facts witness, right? He just was called, subpoenaed.
So I'm sorry, maybe my question wasn't clear. I'm not talking about effects of 1 inch. I'm just talking a measurement of 1 inch on a measurement scale. Would you still consider that your phrase, track a cat, or would you be out of the track a cat?
We'd be out of the track a cat stage.
Got it. So, but again, the 1 inch being from the knuckle to the top of the thumb.
Yes.
Yes, windscreen, windshield. Oh my God. Macrame Chameleon. Yes. Chat. Okay, chat. Yes. We call, and you know what we call sidewalks? Footpaths. Like I shit you not.
Yes. Let's now go all the way down to about another time is 3:30 a.m., which we're going to focus on now. 3:30 a.m. How much snow had accumulated?
Did he though, Colours? I don't know. I didn't get that from the direct testimony. I was listening quite intently because we're the nerd. I think his table says all the things. I'm going to have to go back and watch that again. I didn't get that from that. I don't have a credit card, Rach. I have my license. Look, chat. It's rubbish bin. Thank you, Laura. I might not be able to pronounce any of the words, but I know it's wild, Americans, but people in other countries say different things. Thank you. What the fuck? Oh my God. Thank you. I can't. My brain. I'm struggling. Chat. You know, part of my struggle is that my brain wants to write a song. It's itching inside my brain. There's many struggles.
Do it. Do it. I'd love that.
Oh, Tori says a Medicare card works well. Tori, you've missed out on the whole thing about me and my Medicare card. Oh, it lapsed. It's fine. It's no biggie, but it is a biggie because now everything in my life is a biggie. I don't have a Medicare card. I have an expired one. Let's get back on track. Okay, Snow, tracking cats. Carry on.
Accumulated by 3:30 a.m.
Well, we're going to have that inch we just talked about at length, and we're going to add the 2/10 from the previous day, the last few hours of the 28th. So we have 1.2. Now we're going to add another half an inch by 4 a.m. So somewhere less than 1.7 inches, less than or equal to.
Wouldn't the number at 3:30?
Stop, Nick. I don't care about the topic reminder. Do you really not know? Because that's hilarious. Nick says, I don't know what a pasty is, Pabby, but it sounds splendid. Hey, Nick, you know nipple covers like tassels? That's what a pasty is. You still have a Medicare number in their database. Yes. It is Friday night, chat. It's understandable that after a week of very dry testimony, and then we all had to listen to Bukaki read the Higgins stuff, we could go a bit feral. It's fine. It's a boob tassel, Nick. Dare I say, in my many boxes of clothes from yonder years when I was not a stripper but a sex worker, I have a whole little bag of individually wrapped, sequined, tasseled, fur-covered nipple covers, pasties. I said what I said.
30.85 inches.
Pasty.
You're including the snowfall from the previous day, the 2/10 of an inch?
Yes.
No.
What would it be?
Yum.
As I said, there's 1.2 inches up to 3 a.m. And then we're adding some amount before 4 a.m. Unknown how that was distributed within that hour, but something like 1.7 equal or less than total.
How about the accumulation?
Wait.
All right, Mr. Brennan, whenever you're ready.
This is for Nick.
How did you get my digits? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
And one more.
Well.
Nick learns something new every single Camp Shorty live stream, and I love that for you, Nick. Oh, fuck.
Between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. How much accumulation for that time period?
Between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. So we have 3/10 of an inch up to 2 and another 4/10 of an inch, to a total of 0.7.
So between 1 and 3 a.m., there's only an accumulation of 0.7, correct?
Correct.
Inches.
Correct.
Wait. Move what, Shelley? Move my boobs? Yes. See, they're moving just like that. If that's not what you're talking about, I'm just making... If that's not what you're asking, I just made it really awkward. I really hope Kurt from Uncivil Law isn't here now. Oh, I love you, chat. Chat is bae. God damn it. Lol.
You had spoken a lot on your direct testimony about the magnitude of the storm, a variety of other measurements. But what I wanted to draw really a line at 6 a.m., which you said was an accumulation of 3.9. What I want to do is to now move on to from 7 a.m. on January 29th until...
Okay, so there wasn't much snow. Gotcha. no, back to what Colors was saying. I see. Here's what I got from this guy. I got from this guy that he was employed to talk about the weather. He did. He spoke about it being the biggest blizzard in 100 years or in the history of Boston in January. And then he had a table. What Lally elicited, is what Lally elicited. But he wasn't evasive at all to Mr. Alessi. Like, I would never evade Alessi. Bob, no surprise at all that Bob comes in when we're talking about boobs. And also, Holly, thank you. Holly comes in with a topic reminder zinger. It's fine. It is fine. We're fine. We've got this. Wait. This.
Well.
And this.
Shit.
Thank you, Holly. I'm going to cough. So to me, Robert Gilman wasn't evasive to any of Mr. Alessi's questions. He followed Mr. Alessi's mathing. Great, my nose is dripping. Fantastic. 1 second. Delightful. I'm a professional. So I don't know. I don't know. Like the look of Joni's face. Bob is a boobda. Bob, welcome back. Bob's like, where's the fucking boob emoji? Well, anyway, Bob, you're not green, so you couldn't use it even if we still had it. So I'm colors. I don't know. I don't know about that. Exactly. So Mr. Gilman just said it was impenetrable, which is true. But there's a lot of other factors. I agree. Motion to screen. What the fuck, granted. Anyway, that. Now, I'm going to skip Guarino, just like the defense team did. Nothing to see here. We're done here. Okay. I'm not going to skip, and this is not through the trial channel, this one. Wait. Oh, my God. Lord have mercy on my StreamYard soul. So this is not the trial channel. Sorry, girl. I just had to find it in an instant. So this is pre-Jessica Hyde. Let's just watch this little bit.
So I want to talk a little bit more about what we talked about at Sidebar. I read the decision from Maryland, just cursory while we were waiting for the witness. And that was a March decision. And I can't stress enough that this should have been brought up before today. So I'll hear you about your concerns, Mr. Alessi. I'll hear the Commonwealth's response, then I'll go finish reading everything else you gave me. So what are your concerns about Jessica Hyde? I don't know if she's Dr. Hyde or what, but I remember she testified the last trial, so you have transcripts.
Understood, Your Honor. I first want to just get the evidentiary basis. This is straightforward judicial notice. There are two separate decisions which require two separate.
One's a Massachusetts case, so that's easy enough.
Okay, so and that's a shall.
It's an SJC case, so yes.
Yes. Okay. So now to the Maryland case. So that's governed by federal, Massachusetts Rule 39A.
Boobs, where the same.
Records of courts of other states or of the United States. The Act provision is the records and judicial proceedings, and of course, a court is judicial proceedings of a court of another state or of the United States shall be competent evidence in this Commonwealth.
So, long story short, Bev said that Alessi couldn't cross-examine Jessica Hyde on Steve, you're in the draw, by the way. Or so if your name gets pulled out, you can vote on someone else to win it or to redraw it. Excuse me. Shall means that that's not negotiable. When rulings or things in the First Amendment, in the amendments, I don't know, words, law, stuff, say shall or shall not, It's a non-negotiable, right? It has to happen. So Bev's ruling eventually was flawed. I know. Surprising, right? Also, her directive to Alessi was that he couldn't. So EDB suggested that the issue was that he wanted to enter that ruling, that opinion from just another superior court, still an opinion, that Jessica Hyde was unreliable. The EDB seemed to think that the problem was he wanted to enter a completely unrelated case into evidence, not appropriate. It was, I thought, ambiguous that Bev said eventually that. Sorry, I just got some random notification. God, the grief I get. Sidebar: the grief I get for one comment I made on a Monica Cementelli testimony on the Trial channel video about the other murderer. And I said, this poor man, a good man. And everyone's like, what do you mean he's a good man? He killed him. I'm like, well, you clearly aren't an empath. Anyway, sidebar. So Bev's ruling was Bev's directions to Alessi that he couldn't enter that opinion into evidence, but that he could cross-examine her on it. And then when he started to go all in hard right from the jump, and she said, no, move along. So all that to say, let's just go a little bit further because Hank Brennan's hilarious and a fucking douche canoe.
It says, in assessing the reliability of an expert's
Let's go do this because I don't. Here we go.
Has nothing to do with her opinion, anything to do with data forensics. And the court says that issue is not admissible. They should be impeached when they go and talk about a totally different issue in forensic data analysis in another case. They have not shown any evidence that this issue has anything to do with her effort in the timestamp. They just used the word methodology. Her methodology was questioned in an opinion in a different court.
Akasha says, stop looking at the notifications. They spring up on this screen and it just catches my eye. And my brain is very easily distracted. You know that, chat. You know that. I'm all in. If you want to distract me, I'll follow you wherever you may lead. And it takes somebody else often to rein me back in. Links to the ruling and the rule are linked in the doc. Yes, I will pull that up next. That's what she said.
Has nothing to do with her opinions here. What information do they have that her methodology in this analysis has been rejected by any court? What evidence do they have that the methodology used in this case is unreliable or improper? They don't have any. In fact, they called an expert themselves in the last case who tried to provide what he believed to be methodology, and they presented that. They proffered that evidence as reliable. No different on this subject. Herrera case is a totally different subject.
Your Honor, first of all, as the court has noted, the first trial is the first trial. This is this trial. I wasn't at the first trial. The most important probative aspect, Your Honor, is I don't want to have to give away my entire cross in this argument.
No one's asking you to. I'm not asking you to.
There is parts of Ms. Hyde's slide that go to location. There's a good part of her slide presentation. I don't want to depart from the 227, but the good part of her slide presentation that she's going to present is on location. It is with regard to health data stats. So there are certainly aspects directly relevant. Here's the issue with the 227 in addition. There is, for her methodology, she's claiming a certain conclusion and opinion about the 227. There is no peer review. There is no article that she can cite to support her methodology to come to the conclusion that the 227 timestamp, one, doesn't exist anymore, or two, doesn't mean that the search occurred at 227. That's what she's opined on in her reports pre-trial, and that's what I anticipate she's going to opine on when she takes the stand. I'm entitled to cross her on that. We can't be saddled. It's irrelevant what our witnesses said in another proceeding. It's what this witness is going to talk about in this matter, and I'm entitled, and my client's entitled to have me confront this witness on which she's going to testify and her methodology. So my point is,
and she never did talk about her methodology. So I'm just going to, for expediency, let's just see Bev stroll on in with all of her law books. She'd be doing some lawyering. Someone pulled those books out of her library for her. OnlyFans. There we go. Off you go, Bev. Oh,
You have joined the meeting as an attendee and will be muted throughout the meeting.
Please be seated. Court is in session.
The host would like you to unmute your microphone.
I'm not muted.
All right. I appreciate the time. I appreciate people's patience. So, in reviewing the rules, I look at Rule 2. So, Mass Rule of Criminal Procedure, Rule 2, purpose and construction. And so, upon reflection and consideration, it says these rules are intended to provide for the just determination of every criminal proceeding. They shall be construed to secure simplicity in procedure, fairness in administration, and the elimination of expense and delay. Also looking to Commonwealth versus Durand. I don't have the site. I know it's from 2016, 2017. A judge, Robert Kane, was the trial judge. So because none of the purposes here in Rule 2 are served by the admission of the Maryland trial judge's decision,
They all are, Tori.
particularly were offered without notice to the court previously, I'm excluding that decision. Your rights are saved, Mr. Alessi. We've got that decision marked for identification, and you certainly are free to cross-examine Ms. Hyde regarding her methodology. So that's my decision.
So that he did, but I don't think he. I know he's my boyfriend, but I think Alessi got kind of stuck in the quicksand on this one, but we'll see. Now, the Mass Government, Criminal Procedure Rule 2, Purpose, Construction, Definition of Terms. I'm going into this blind, like literally. Excuse me. These rules are intended, purpose, construction. These rules are intended to provide for the just determination of every criminal proceeding. They shall be construed to secure simplicity in procedure, fairness in administration, and the examination of expense and the elimination of expense and delay. Words or phrases importing a singular number may extend and be applied to several persons. Okay, I don't know what I'm reading. Capital crime. I don't think we're reading this. That. She literally just read the first paragraph. Yes. And it was, she's just doing some word salad lawyer talk, right? Or judge talk, which wasn't actually pertinent. Anyway, I think according to EDB, the problem was that Alessi was, if he hadn't tried to enter that in as evidence, maybe he would have had a better chance. Now, what's here? What have I done here? Walk and talk chat. Let me just pull up my notes. Here's some I prepared earlier. Oh, I don't have any. Let me go to my But also, I've missed someone. I've skipped someone. Are we surprised? No. Hang on. Walk and talk chat.
Let me ask you a few questions before you open it. Could you stand and show that bag? There's red tape on it. What's that for?
To secure the bag closed.
If the bag is open, is it then retaped?
Yes.
Do you write on the outside of the bag?
Yes.
Why do you do that?
To memorialize the date, time when the evidence was collected.
Could you open the bag and show us what's in it?
Yes, sir.
So, in my opinion, today was a big day for the defense, which we'll talk about tomorrow night. The decision by people like Jennifer McCabe and Yuri Buchanan to pass out words, to be evasive, to make things like dragging everything, dragging it. Not great decisions. Personal hubris, ego getting in the way. But I don't think that Hank actually cares. I'm of the opinion that Hank is bamboozling the jury with the intended outcome to get an acquittal. I think they do. I've heard it's a very young jury also. I've heard it's lots of closer to 30-year-olds. Am I right? Has anyone else heard this? Pammy says, look up blobfish and you'll see Buchanan's face. I don't know. He looks like he's just odd looking. He did indeed, Nick. We'll talk about it tomorrow night. But Yuri just gave himself a longer on the stand with his evasion and tired himself out also. Come on, son. Open that bag with the worst scissors ever.
With the court permission, can he show the item?
Yes.
Yes.
2% the same item that you found that night?
Yes, sir.
If you could place it back in the bag. I'd ask this to be marked in an exhibit.
All right, any objections, Steve?
I wasn't paying attention. Did they read out what it said on the bag? Because mostly all of us know that wrong shoe. Oh, that was yesterday. Yes, wrong shoe, wrong address. Which is which? Not sure. Colors, I don't know though. I think he's doing a good job in his I think he's a much better attorney than Hank Brennan. Thank you, motion to screen. What the fuck? Granted, no, they didn't read it. The thing is that you joined late, Colors. Because you were sleeping, you lucky thing. I think that Hank is bamboozling in a different way. I'm confused. I'm having a problem following along with stuff, even with what I know. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's by design. I think that I believe that's by design. I think that Hank he knows how to lay out a logical case. Surely, and don't call me Shirley. So let me just check. That's the shoe.
677.
Sir, you mentioned there's writing on the outside of the bag.
Yes.
What type of information do you write on the bag?
Date, time, location, who's collecting it.
The time that you write on the bag, is that the specific time the item was found, or does that represent a different time?
That could represent a different time.
And why would that be?
If you're processing multiple things at once, you're bagging things at different times. Then when you seal the bag, that could be the time that is annotated on the bag.
Can the item be found before the time on that bag?
Yes.
Would you ever write a time later than when the item was found?
Yes.
Why? Another sniff. Hank's got nothing to work with, in fairness. Lally laid out a more logical, easier to follow order of witnesses, in my opinion. This doesn't make any sense at all to me. Imagine if you're the jury and you technically don't know anything about this case. What the fuck with the jumping all around? Yes. I agree. But it's not logical, in my opinion, to do it the way he's doing it. Sorry, my brain keeps buffering. Yikes. Lots of stuff going on in the chat. Steve says, I have issue with how clean those Kicks trainers sneakers are. I don't. I did. And then I was reminded of the fact that I literally put my sneakers in the washing machine after every time I wear them. And if they get marks and scuffs on them, I scrub the bits around the sole on the outside, particularly if they're white. So if John was a sneaker person, or if John was a obsessively clean, tidy, regimented person, which I think it's been established in the first trial more than this one, then they aren't so horrifyingly, concerningly clean to me. That's where I'm at with the sneakers. I've got other issues with the sneaker. but not that. Now,
I'd like to move now to Exhibit 75, please. And preferably 75A, please.
Motion to screen, what the fuck, granted. In your thing, the other links take me to, wait, these links here take me to the start of that witness testimony. So let me try one more. Or maybe this one doesn't. Yeah, look, see, he's
All right, Mr.
sitting
Brennan,
down.
whenever
Can
you're
you see
ready.
that?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Could you please
So let me just give you the too long don't read. Lisa can't work the links. So that was Connor Keefe, trooper for the MSP Digital Forensics. Here's the my brain just remembered. Don't have a clip lined up, but to me, the most astounding thing in this. Let me see if I can find it. Wait. I will. I'm sure I can. We'll just walk and talk, chat. We'll walk and talk. Click. God damn it. Why you hate me? Click this.
All right, Mr. Brennan, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Don't worry, we're not doing that. I'm just getting it back to that.
Having reviewed that report,
Ah,
does that
it
refresh
worked
your
this
memory
time.
as to whether or not you participated in an interview of Sarah Levinson with Michael Proctor?
This isn't the bit I was going to go to. My biggest thing, let's pretend I'm professional. My biggest takeaway from all of this was that Bukaki and Proctor, or more importantly, Proctor should have gone to the autopsy, right? The lead investigator, the case manager, the case agent goes to the autopsy. They sent the lowest rung on the ladder to the autopsy. That's wild to me. The top title will open it. We'll just, is this a link? This is a link. Let's play it because it was one of the links I clicked. No, I didn't. I clicked.
On October 21st of 2022?
Yes, I don't recall the specifics, but
So when you say yes, is it your current testimony that your memory is refreshed that you were actually there?
yes,
Okay. And the two of you would have participated in that interview together, correct?
yes,
But you did not write the report, correct?
no, I did not.
Michael Proctor wrote the report, correct?
Yes, he did.
He was the lead investigator.
Now it's slow when you watch it on
writing
normal
the
speed.
report, correct?
Yes, he wrote this report.
He chose the language to use in that report, correct?
I did not have any input on how he wrote this report.
Right. You had no input. You weren't standing over him while he was typing it, correct?
Correct.
Now, other examples of, and actually, let me take that back from you if you don't mind.
Let me see if I can do this.
Other examples are the reports on the videos that you, well, strike that. Let me start by saying this. You, or asking this, you retrieved videos from both the Waterfall
The
Bar and
Proctor wrote the
Grill
report,
and
right?
CF McCarthy's, did you not?
That's correct.
Pause. Yes, they work when I click them. Shows that I should have really tried them out better than I did. Professional. So this autopsy. Thank you, motion to screen, what the fuck granted. I'm sorry, I am inept in mostly everything except talking.
Troopers that were in your unit as of January 29th of 2022, which members of the unit had the least amount of time in the unit at that time?
I don't recall.
Were you one of the newer members of the unit?
As of January of 2022?
Yes.
Yes.
Trooper Michael Proctor had more experience than you did as of January 29th of 2022, correct?
He could have. He'd been on the job longer.
Okay, well, if he had been on the job longer, then certainly that means that he did have more experience, correct?
It depends.
You attended the autopsy of John O'Keefe on January 31st of 2022. And with regard to other members of your unit, you were the only one to attend that autopsy?
Yes.
That was done at the medical examiner's office?
The medical examiner's office in Sandwich, Massachusetts.
In Sandwich, Mass. And it was Dr. Irene Scorti-Bello who performed the autopsy, correct?
Yes.
Had you met her prior to that day?
No.
Ending the
Had
poll.
you spoken to her prior to that day?
No.
Did you know before the autopsy was performed that your former colleague, lead investigator Michael Proctor, had discussed the case with Dr. Scorti-Bello without telling us what you knew of what was said?
Objection.
With regard to Dr. Scorti-Bello's knowledge of what the state police theory was of what happened. Did you have to explain that, or was it your understanding she already knew what your theory was?
Shorty, you muted, Miss Shorty, you muted. No, he was literally the only one there. He just said it then. So he went alone to the autopsy. Let me.
Discussed the case with Dr. Scorty better without telling us what you knew of what was. Did you, with regard to other members of your unit, you were the only one to attend that autopsy?
Yes.
That was done at the medical examiner's office?
The medical examiner's office in Sandwich, Massachusetts.
In Sandwich, Mass. And it was Dr. Irene Scorty Bello who performed the autopsy, correct?
Yes.
Had you met her prior to that day?
No.
Had you spoken to her prior to that day?
No.
Did you know before the autopsy was performed?
They were talking about the shoes stuff, not the autopsy. I went to talking about the autopsy and then went on further with a clip. It was all my bad. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. And then motion to screen what the fuck granted clued me in on how to actually work the internet stuff, and we got there. Hi, Jim.
Your former colleague, lead investigator Michael Proctor, had discussed the case with Dr. Scorty better without telling us what you knew of what was said. With regard to Dr. Scorty Bello's knowledge of what the state police theory was of what happened, did you have to explain that, or was it your understanding she already knew what your theory was? What, if any, conversations did you have with Dr. Scorty Bello about what your unit's theory was about what happened to John O'Keefe?
To be honest, I can't imagine this little lowest rung on the ladder saying anything. I think the hard word was put on Dr. Scorty Bello by the Bukakis and the Proctors of the world. So that we're not going to watch anymore because I just looked at the time. We've been streaming for almost 3 hours, chat. Yikes. Sidebar, I was going to schedule just a chill session after this, but then I didn't. I was just going to do some music and shit, but I didn't. So sorry. Now, so then we went. So we're going all out of order, which is not surprising. Then we remember that Bev is an idiot and cites things that are just the first paragraph of things. Cullen, it's my understanding that from what can't remember, someone, EDB or Andrea, that's mostly all the time I've got to watch, even on 1.75x speed. One of them said that either the lead investigator or their partner should be there. Is always, that's an absolute, should always be there. So the fact that they said it's outrageous that this little guy, it just goes to show the lack of respect that these people had for both Officer John O'Keefe and the integrity of the case. Wild. So let's just do this in real time. It's so snazzy. What the fuck? I know it doesn't go. Wait, Sheriff Tab said, yes, please, yes, please, yes.
By the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office
Professional.
to look at and analyze a phone that was related to a person by the name
So
of Jennifer
slow.
McCabe.
Yes, with a very, very specific scope to a specific date range.
Were you asked during that scope and date range to
I can do
analyze
that.
it and provide
Easy.
an opinion
It is
about
tough.
whether there were any user-initiated deletions of any web searches or Safari-type searches?
Yes, I was asked to look for deletions of Safari searches within the scope of the time frame that was dictated by the purpose of the exam.
Were you asked to look at the phone device and determine whether or not there were any user-initiated deletions of phone calls on the device?
Yes, I was asked to look for deletions of phone calls in that same date range.
And did you do both of those tasks?
Yes, that's correct.
Did you ultimately have opinions on both of those issues?
I do have opinions on both of those issues. That's correct.
And in engaging in the efforts to answer those two questions, did you necessarily have to review and analyze a web history that included searches on January 29th, 2022 at 2:27 a.m.?
I did analyze web searches that occurred at 2:29 a.m. Local time here in Norfolk on January 29th, 2022 from the device I was provided. Yes, not the device, the forensic image for clarity.
So before we get to the two opinions that you were asked to consider, or what your opinions were after analyzing the data, I want to begin by giving the background and having you share with us your analysis and your observations and opinions about the search on Safari relative to this 227 timeframe. Before we begin that, let me just ask you one question. Did you do anything to ensure the integrity of the data that you were looking at?
Upon receiving the forensic image, the first thing I did was I did what's
It's
called
a new poll
hash of the image. So a hash is an algorithmic representation of a file. So a forensic image, all the data from the phone, it comes in one file that can then be extracted and have the rest of the data.
Pammy.
That singular file that's received, there's actually 3, but focusing on the one that has all of the data, that archive.
She doesn't have any lipstick on in this one. She puts on her big girl lipstick for Cross. Interesting. I found that interesting. Was it her power lipstick? Excuse me, I'm not sure. Are we still going with that? What the fuck? You need to direct me now. I'm just the puppet. See you, Shelley. Go and have fun. No. Okay, good. Let's go to the next one. You can't see what I'm doing, but I can. Technically, I know what I'm doing. Lol.
Opinion to a reasonable degree,
Was this one we just did?
scientific certainty,
No.
whether or not the user deleted the phrase "how long to die in cold."
Yes, if it's how's long to die in cold. Sorry, trying to clarify.
Pardon me. Did you come to an opinion to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty whether any user deleted the phrase "how long to die in cold"?
Yes.
And what is your opinion?
My opinion is there was no deletion that occurred by the user because it is not something a user can delete.
Wait. Thank you. What the fuck? Now, wait. So here's some clarification on this. I don't think they can delete, but wasn't it deleted out of the history? Thank you, Simi. Wasn't it deleted out of the history? Hi, Apple Gypsy. I think there's less nefariousness in most of these witnesses. I think this woman just is full of her own self-importance and her own smartness. She's so condescending. But anyway.
Finally, I want to ask you about your analysis of the phone records on this phone to Ms. McCabe. Did you go through an analysis of the phone logs and the phone records?
I analyzed the call logs and the phone logs on the device that I was given, that I was told belonged to Ms. McCabe, yes.
Would a suggestion or a claim that a user deleted irregularly a number of phone calls, would that be accurate or inaccurate in your experience?
It is inaccurate in this instance.
Can you explain to us why and how you came to that conclusion?
Yeah, this is actually really interesting.
It isn't. It isn't. Sorry, babe. It isn't. Not interesting. Whoever extracted her phone could delete it. Yes, this witness is so annoying. Hi, Firefly. That's it, Rachel. This lady thinks she's the smartest in the room, and you could not question it. You better not question it. So, I'm just going to talk standard. The 507 thing where she said it was deleted because of all those 200 calls Jen had made in the 3 days since, or whatever it was. But wasn't the 507 one still there? Yeah. Nina says she couldn't get out of her teacher personality. And no, I don't think she wasn't given the raw data. So carry on, Jessica Hyde. It's not interesting.
Because of what it appears in the forensics tools and additional artifacts that I looked at that are not parsed by the forensics tools. So the call logs When you look at it, it appears, I don't remember if it's 8:57 or 8:59 a.m. in my mind at the moment, but approximately.
I watched this testimony twice already, chat. And this one was tough. It's interesting. The first time I watched or listened with Andrea, and she was all in Burkhart. She was all in. Yeah, she talks around a lot. She talks around a lot of stuff. She was all in saying that Alessi's thing was excellent. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. It felt like a lot of weed wading, not weed whacker, but weed wading. And then EDB wasn't so glowing of Alessi, and she loves Alessi. Then I was like, yeah, by the time I listened to it twice, it was fucking hard to listen to. Anyway, I'm going to go to the next clip because what am I doing? Jesus Christ.
Good afternoon, Ms. Hyde.
Good afternoon.
I noticed you had some documents.
So I don't think that. So what did Colors say? Colors said they look also sheepish. Yes, I agree. A lot of the other witnesses, the witnesses' demeanor should be the same on direct as it is on cross. So when there's a disconnect, a differential between the two in their demeanors and the way they answer, that's sus. So I don't think Jessica Hyde seems sheepish here, but the demeanor's different, right? She even put on a power lipstick for it. So crazy. Yes, I think sheepish, evasive, condescending. Let's see how much we can stomach of this, because tough listen, man.
With you, could you just state what is in front of you so I know that I might be able to help expedite this if I know what you have?
I'm going to leave it on normal
Absolutely.
speed because Alessi comes in
I have
hot.
the first digital forensic analysis report I completed for the previous trial.
Do you have a date? You have several of them.
I do. It's the first one. I apologize. This is the one, I believe it's May. I don't remember the
May
date
of
off the top of my head.
2023,
May of
perhaps?
2023, obviously. Then I have the second one. This was the one that was used in the pretrial motion.
December 2024?
December 20, yes, that's correct. Very nice. Then I have the third one. This is the final one regarding the phone that was identified as Miss McCabe's.
Yes.
And then I have the fourth one, which is the phone of Mr. O'Keefe. And then I do have the opinion from State versus Herrera, but if we don't need that, that's fine.
Can you imagine being condescending to Alessi? Like, ma'am, please. I've got a short. Has it got music on it? I think it does. I'll check. Let me check. Walk and talk chat. Let me just play it. Fuck, just play the video.
Very well. I appreciate you telling me that. In March, and you recall on your direct examination, Attorney Brennan asked you questions going to your experience and qualifications. Do you recall those questions?
Yes, I do.
You were involved in a case, is actually a murder trial in the state of Maryland in a case called State v. Herrera, as recently as March of 2025, correct?
Correction, it's an attempted murder.
Attempted murder. And in that particular case, you had attempted to offer various opinions to the court, correct?
I object.
I
You
object.
have to move along from this case, from what you're talking about. You have to move along from that moment.
So with regard, do you recall another case from the state of Massachusetts, Arrington case, in which you submitted a pro se amicus? Do you recall that case?
I do.
And is it correct
I do.
that in that case you submitted arguments on behalf of the prosecution in that case?
I submitted an amicus brief, which is not on behalf of anybody. It's as a friend of the court.
Right, but the friends of the court, you took a position in that quote friends of the court brief, correct?
Took a position on the evidence.
Right, and the position you took on the evidence was that the frequent location history data is reliable and should be used. Is that correct?
The statement is that I do not have that amicus in front of me. It has been a year and a half since I've read it. But that amicus does discuss frequent location history records. And I want to be clear, it speaks to both bias on both sides and negative and positive of submitting it. It was
my brain's dying a little bit. I can't play the short because I can play the short, but I can't play it with volume. So let me just turn off the volume because it's got Metallica and I do not need Metallica coming after me. But watch. So, but you'll get it. You'll get it. Watch her, unless he's asking her something. Watch, just watch what she does when he's in the middle of asking her a question. Why do you do this? No sound. Intentional. It is intentional. If you can see the subtitles at the top. He's asking her a question and she's being condescending. And then he's asking her. Look at her. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at that look she gave the jury. Like, can you believe this guy? No, ma'am. Can we believe you? And then she goes back into yes. Yes. Fake smile. Yes. Ugh. I'll play it again. Like, yeah, I caught it. It's honestly, I'm always so proud of myself when I catch body language stuff. Wait, because I'm never watching, only listening. What am I doing? I can't get the slider bar. Fuck. Just let it play. I will play it again. Something. Yeah, I should talk. Watching.
All right, Mr. Brennan, whenever you're ready.
Mr. Brennan.
Thank you. What the fuck? Oh, my brain is tired. Now where were we? Oh fuck! I think we're back over here. I've lost my tabs. Many things. Tabs, marbles, something. This.
Is the earliest phone call we see on the 29th of January.
My takeaway. She had a lot of errors. A lot of errors. Was it supposed to be this one? No, it was this one. Fuck. She had a lot of errors in her report. And like impeaching any witness on inconsistent prior statements, if she's got a lot of errors, that was just a typo, nothing to see here, then what else has she got errors about? I think that Alessi probably could have left it at a few things like that, but
unbiased writing, and it was not specifically in support of the prosecution.
So you are testifying in.
Did you see that look she just gave Brennan? She was like, what the fuck is this, man? I'm going back. Watch her eye line when she finishes answering. She's like, sir, what the fuck is this cross-examination?
Of submitting it. It was an unbiased writing, and it was not specifically in support of the prosecution.
So you are testifying in this case on behalf of the prosecution, correct?
In this case, I was hired by the prosecution. That's correct.
And the prosecution is paying you for your services in this case, is that correct?
Thank you, Prince.
Yes.
And with regard to this case, you have been paid and have been on this case since May of 2023, correct?
That is correct.
May the 4th. Now, I can't. My brain now only can think about a chill sesh. So we've all watched this testimony, right? Concerned. We are concerned citizens. Not me personally of Massachusetts, but this. So walk and talk, chat. Let me walk and talk.
Shawty, swing my way. Swing it over here, shawty.
Why is it no sound? What have I done?
Last movement 12:32:16. Do you recall those questions?
I recall the questions.
To boil it down, is it correct that that phone was moving at that time?
May I check the timestamp again?
Absolutely.
I apologize. There's a lot of timestamps going back and forth.
Please do.
Please do.
12:31:56.
Please do.
That's the start. Yep.
Oh yes, this one there definitely is. Yes.
So, doesn't matter what kind of movement, but that phone was moving starting at 12:31:56 and still moving until 12:32:16 a.m. on January 29, 2000. 2022, correct?
Yes,
Thank you. Appreciate again you answering my questions.
thank you.
Oh, she's a little pink.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, I need to know, is the headscarf a religious thing? Is it a fashion thing? I'm not throwing shade. I'm genuinely curious. I haven't looked. Do we know? I feel it. Is she Dutch? Asking for a friend. Tori says, "Woman, that head tilt. Woman, move that turban away from your ears. I think it's so heavy. I need to know about this scarf." No, Opal Gypsy, we're done with her. We're done here. The shorty anthem, please. There are so many. Orthodox Jew, thank you so much. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Nina. Good, there you go. So she's not Dutch. She's not a mid-century Dutch woman. Mid-18th century, 19th century. Good. Okay. Well, we cleared up that, so we probably shouldn't be mocking the headscarf, but still, it's interesting. Someone in another chat said it's dreadlocks under there. See, it looks. Let me get back here. It does look like a lot of hair. I was thinking that it looks like a lot of hair under there, doesn't it? Hang on.
So
let me chat. You know we love a good Google. Let me Google. Let's see if she's got a LinkedIn or something. That shows her without the headscarf. Because if she's got dreadlocks, it could just be it could be that she's trying to be presentable for court. But if she's Jewish, it'll tell us, right? Jessica Hyde Forensics. I'll share the tab. Trust me, I'm getting there. So she's wearing a headscarf there too. I would have thought she would have had. Let me see. Wait. Walk and talk chat. We'll just go back. Let's go. I'll go Jessica Hyde Forensics headscarf. Look, it's the top thing. But let's not just go with people. Oh, wait, this is what. I wonder if we're able to see this. Can you see this? Oh, it was asking me to log in. Nah, fuck that. Oh no, there it is. Oh, that's that wasn't what I was thinking was going to be coming up. Hi, Melanie Little. Whoa. Look, sidebar. See that? Can you see next? That's me. That's my personal Facebook. Can you see that the first short there, the reel? I don't know why. Top of the Google. I don't know why I get these weird like dick pic things. It must be like a virus. Can you see those tits? Obviously you can. And it says Lisa next to it. It's not me. Yikes. Get back out of there. What are we doing with our lives? Jesus. The top one. Walk and talk chat. Walk and talk. There's any chance this lady? Well, look, she's wearing a headscarf in all of them. I think she'd be showing off the dreadlocks if it was dreadlocks. And that's all I'm doing. I can't. Yikes. She could be Paddington Bear, Nick. Oh, wait, Nick. She could be Paddington Bear and keep marmalade sandwiches in there. That way she can work through lunch. Unlike Bev, she is Jewish. Thank you, Colours. No, I don't do any bodybuilding. It's been a long time. Yeah, I don't know. It comes up on the very first reel. Whenever I go into my Facebook, there's always like you do it like wild shit. I don't know what it is. It's like there's a time and a place. It's certainly not on my Facebook, and I don't want to. I've never clicked on it. I don't know how to get rid of it. I don't know if it's got like I've got a virus in my Facebook or if it's an STD in my Facebook. Not sure. No, it's not me. Well, she wears a lot of scarves. Yeah. No, it's not me. Oh, my Instagram has plenty of those kind of photos. Sidebar, my personal Instagram from many years ago. I literally didn't. I swear to God. I don't know what it is. Like I don't up to it. I tell you.
How do you get my digits? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Anyway, hey, so chat. That's it. I don't know. My brain isn't working today. I don't know what to say. I went to bed at 7:30 every night. I go to bed at 7:30, 6:30 even. My brain is struggling. I think it's this trial. I think it's the sheer inundation of trying to follow what Hank's laying out for us. I don't know. So I think that oh wait, I didn't check the poll. Has anyone voted? Fuck yes. I see fuck yes. Yes, fuck yes. And then 4% of you said, no, I've got to go to sleep. Okay, that's fine. I haven't got a stream scheduled, but I'm just going to go in there and start a stream. Okay. I'm going to end the poll. The general consensus was yes. And the 4% of you who don't have to. It's a democracy. It's Camp Shorty. We do whatever we want. That's all of us. You have that too? Well, there you go. Borderline, yeah, like bad. And then there'll be back to that picture. There'll be ones that it'll look like two butt cheeks, sidebar, walk and talk, two butt cheeks, and then like it looks like a dick. And then you like, I don't click on it, but I'm looking on it closer, going, what is that on my news feed? It'll be like a sweet potato or something. What do you call them? I don't know if you call them sweet potatoes. You know, like a root vegetable. Poor choice of words. So I'm not sure. Spanky hasn't done himself any favors, right? It's frazzling. Jim, I'm almost 50. I'm 50 in less than 2 months. I get Paddington Bear references, trust me. I'm older than Paddington Bear. Laura says, I just started a 10-week course studying for the first time. You go, girl. Since 89 and staying up to watch the trial and juggling the fam. What is this thing called sleep? Yeah. Anyway, so I'm sorry that things weren't real tight tonight. Blame me because it's the best. It's the best I could do. But I haven't got a stream set up yet. I'm just going to go into StreamYard. I'm going to go to the bathroom, change my hoodie to my Miss Shorty music merch, Miss Shorty music hoodie. Love it. And then come back and we'll just do nothing, listen to some music. You can come or not come to the stream. And then I'll see you tomorrow night at 6 for Mr. Bukaki, Trooper, Sergeant Bukaki, Mr. Evasive himself. So thank you so much to Motion to Scream What the Fuck Granted, of course, for the amazing, beautiful plan that I kind of fucked up. I'm really trying. I'm trying to be professional. Holly says she's 50 on May the 30th. Ugh, I can't wait. Colors is a baby. Merch opening coming up. There's shoes in here. I hope they fit. I'll cry if they don't fit. So that's what we're doing. We're ending the stream. We're going to pretend like it was professional. Motion to Scream What the Fuck Granted. No, you can just chill. We're not doing anything official. So you can just be chatting and winding down. Okay. If you need a break, it's okay. No, I need some just relaxing. Otherwise, I'll go in and just do more work. I'll start doing work. So that we'll just hang for as long as we hang. It's all good. It's just unstructured. Thank you so much to my beautiful mods. A gentleman does not ask a lady her age. True. Thank you all very much. I love you all very much. I'll see you in like 5 if you're coming. If you're not coming, have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow night. Mwah! I love you all very, very much. Free Karen Reed.
I love you all so very much. We had a blast just chatting and stuff. Things may have gone bit off the rails. Professional when all else fails. 'Cause chat is babe, so much to say. Emotes and all the caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. We're skating through all the tough things, learning about this and that, defense motions, prosecution, and narcissistic twats. 'Cause chat is babe, so much to say. Emotes and all occasionally Buster and Poppy. It's the whole thing, Miss Shorty swing. Together we make each other happy. 'Cause Chad is Barry, so much to say. Emotes and all the caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. I love you all.